All right, we going. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay.
Hey everyone, it's Astroteatime. So we are going to be spilling the tea on the astrology for the month of October. Stay tuned. I'm going to go through all the horoscopes from Aries to Pisces for the month of October. I know it's a little late.
Really? I'm sorry. Really? What time was you supposed to be here?
I'm only like 5 minutes behind.
5 minutes is a little bit too late, honey. I got somewhere to be. I got an appointment.
But I already recorded them, so I'm going to share them. It's just there is a steep learning curve with like editing software, so it is what it is. But I still think that they're worth hearing. So I'm going to share them with you all. Let me know how it goes. All right, let's get into it. All right. So let's talk about how you're supposed to read your horoscopes, okay? And I think this is a big issue because I think people just read for their sun sign and they don't realize that they have so many other signs involved in their chart. And one of the most important signs is your rising sign. And I think that's why people don't really believe in astrology, or they don't believe in horoscopes. They don't think they're accurate, but like they can be. They can be. So I'm going to give you some intel on how to read your horoscopes properly, okay? So you need to read for your rising sign first. And then the next sign you want to read for is your moon sign. And then the next sign you can read for is your sun. And then I have a bonus, but I'll share with you guys at the end on what other sign I want you guys to watch for. First sign is the rising sign, and that is basically the sign that starts your first house, okay? So you can just go to any calculator like astro.com, whatever. You can go just Google it, just rising sign calculator, okay? And you're going to plug in you need your time of birth to get it. But once you get it, that's your rising sign, okay? Rising sign, by the way, if you care, your rising sign basically it determines the houses in your chart, okay? And that means like different energy. So like the first house is you, the second house is your money, your third house is like communication style. So it's a lot of info. So your rising sign is going to determine a lot for the astrologer on how they write your horoscope. So you need to know it. The next sign is your moon sign. The moon sign is really who you are at your core. If the sun was your ego, the moon is your id. It's like who you are behind the scenes or to the people who are closest to you. So it's super important. I would definitely listen for your moon sign. Okay, that's like the second most important, and it's way more specific than your sun sign. And then the next sign is your sun sign. Okay, the sun sign is really you, but like in your best light. So like I said, it's like the ego. So it's kind of who you kind of consciously want to be seen as, or how you present yourself to the world, okay? So the sun sign is good, but it's like who you are in your best light. Watching the sun sign is still helpful, but it doesn't give you the full picture. So this is how you're supposed to read your horoscopes. I hope the mini lesson helped. I wanted to share that with you because it's going to make the difference when you actually watch this back, and it's going to allow you to get the most accurate reading. The bonus sign that I want you guys to watch for, and I can't speak for anyone else's horoscopes, but for my horoscopes, this is what I recommend you guys do. Find out what your chart ruler is and then read for the sign it's in. So for example, if you are an Aries rising, you want to go to your birth chart and find Mars, because Mars is your chart ruler, and find what sign is in, and then read for that sign. So let's say you're an Aries rising, your chart ruler is Mars, and then you go to your birth chart and you see that Mars is in Gemini. You're going to watch for Gemini. That's also going to give you more intel on your month ahead. So I've done that before. I've had other like people on my Instagram, and they gave me great feedback. They said that it worked, that it was accurate for them, because I noticed I was doing it and it was accurate for me. So I wanted to share that with you guys. That's a big bonus. And like, I'm not trying to increase my watch time or whatever. I swear I'm not. But it's really going to, I believe it's going to be accurate. And honestly, guys, give me feedback. Tell me how it works for you. Like, I'm an astrology. Yeah, I am. So I want to know, like, I'm nosy. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the actual horoscopes. All right, bye. Aries. So let's get into your horoscopes for the month of October. So you guys, I wish I had shared this earlier. It is what it is. Sorry.
Really? I'm sorry. Really? What time was you supposed supposed to be here?
I'm only like 5 minutes behind.
5 minutes is a little bit too late, honey. I got somewhere to be. I got an appointment.
But you guys had the full moon in your first house, okay? So through this month, you are really spotlighted. And the reason why I say that is because the sun is opposing your first house, okay? The first thing I'm going to say is shut up. Shut up. And I know that's really ironic because like I'm here talking with the microphone literally to my face. But seriously, shut up. This is more to do with situations where you're dealing with people who are constantly encroaching on your boundaries, constantly encroaching on your personal space, okay? With the full moon in the first house, starting off the month, okay? Not necessarily happening right now still, but the way that you started off this month, it's carrying over. Fallout is still going to be from the moon. So shut up, okay? I believe you have monitoring spirits listening in to anything that you have to say. There's going to be a lot of people trying to encroach on your boundaries, ask you about your personal life, trying to get details, intel from you. There's also a lot of gossip on the rise around now. So Scorpio and Mercury and Mars in Scorpio right now is taking place. So that is in your 8th house. So I just feel with the moon, and the moon can mean the public, by the way, guys. So something about the moon, the public, wanting to know all the intel and details about your personal life, aka Mercury and Mars in your 8th house. What are you doing? What have you been up to? What's going on? How's so-and-so? Did this work out? How are you doing this? Like, there's going to be a lot of that going on. So I need you to be discerning. Discernment is the key word for this whole month, discernment. Know who you're going to share information with and who you are not going to share information with. If honestly, this is my rule of thumb. If anyone needs to know, they don't need to know. If that makes any sense. Like if people are literally asking you how your life is going, that means they're not in your inner circle. So they don't need to know anything. All right. So you need to only be sharing with people in your inner circle, people you have confidence in, people who have been, have a track record of confidence or have a track record of keeping your secrets, or people who are personally invested in your well-being. I'm talking like therapists, health professionals, people like even you pay for services, things like that. Those are really the only people that you should be really sharing personal stuff with, or maybe a trusted partner or your partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's really it. Don't be sharing too much with other people because you're inviting negative energy. And I I'm going to just say it, like the evil eye into your life. So do not share too much with others if you can help it. Too much with people who just come out of the blue just to get details on you and intel on you. That's what I mean. People who are like surveillance energy, be careful of that. So you need to shut up. Shut up, stay mum, keep things close to your chest right now. And I say this for the whole month of October. And for the whole month of October pretty much. Next thing is what you say can and will be used against you. So you don't want to basically give someone ad libs or talk about your life or give someone basically information that they can like chop up and then create a narrative with. Does that make sense? So you tell one person something and then they go tell another group and they completely like flip it on its head. So I just feel that someone's going to twist your words if you say it to the wrong person. So you need to be very careful on like who you're sharing information with. Just know that, okay? What I want to say is you need to basically renew your boundaries. Renew your boundaries, enforce them. Obviously, my post about be the villain and being the villain, I just leave my phone on now because I'm just like, ooh, if I say something and the phone goes off, then it's like, ooh, yes, confirmation. I've seen a few YouTubers do that, so I thought that was really cool. But yeah, if you basically feel intruded on or someone is trying to gain too much intel in your life or your boundaries being crossed or someone just overstepping themselves to gain access to you, like you need to shut it down. Shut that down immediately. Shut it down immediately. So the full moon in the first house or or even like the sun opposing the first house, especially given it's in Libra, and that has to deal with relationships and interpersonal connections. I feel that some people may not quite know where that line is. There's some red flags with that. If someone is showing too much, like coming in too quickly, too hot, you need to put up your hand, hold them off a little bit, like just step back a little bit, step back, okay? I can see all your pores. I don't need to be seeing all your pores like that. That's what you need to do. All right. If you feel triggered, I just want to say that that's for you to know you need to enforce your boundaries. So that's just one message. The other thing I want to say is something may be revealed to you about yourself. This could come from you. This could come from a relationship. This could come from dealing with others. And and you find something out about yourself. This could be good. And this could be bad. So it could be, I don't know, something beneficial. Someone might say something to you and you didn't know that that was the case. Like you were unaware of it. But someone makes you aware of it. Like maybe it's a compliment and you're like, I never thought about that. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. But then there could be on the flip side, there could be some negative stuff. Okay. Obviously there's going to be people who are going to be gossiping and stuff like that for sure. But other things I want to say is you might notice something about yourself. And I personally think that it might be due to a toxic pattern or self-sabotage. You might be stopping something before you ever get started. You might be talking yourself out of something. Okay, you have Mars and Mercury in the 8th house. So the moon answers to Mars and Mercury in that 8th house. And it could be like, oh, you want to start something, but you talk yourself down. You have this negative self-doubt going on, basically playing out like, oh, let me not do that. You basically get ahead of yourself. Okay, you get ahead of yourself and you talk yourself out of something. All right. So that needs to be shut down now, because this is a very powerful transit of having Mars, which is your chart ruler, my love, chart ruler. So forget the moon. You have Mars in your 8th house and you have Mercury in your 8th house. So there's a lot of transformative energy happening in the house of alchemy for you. So this is a big pivotal change this is a big pivotal area. The 8th house has to do with psychology. So really, like kind of your mindset, and everything starts in the mind. Everything is mental. So if you have a healthy mindset, you can achieve anything. If you have a good mindset, you can do anything. You can make the impossible possible. All right. I say that because think about it. You know how people are like, oh, I want to lose weight. Oh, I want to be unrecognizable. I want to do this. I want to do that. If you feel like crap about yourself, you're not going to want to do any of those things. But if you feel empowered and you feel like you can have those things, and you feel motivated to change those things, what are you going to do? You're going to wake up, go to the gym, or you're going to wake up, make the right healthy choices. That's what I'm saying. Like everything starts with the mind. Yes, everything starts with the mind. So once you get your mind right, then you're going to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. But if you tell yourself you can't, you're not going to do it. You're not going to be able to do it. So it all starts up here. So that's why the 8th house and this transit through your 8th house is so pivotal. Because if you can get yourself to think more positively and feel more empowered to do something about your circumstances, you can achieve it. So, wow. Okay, so very true on that. So you can achieve it, guys. I just want you to remember that. So you need to be very conscious of self-sabotage. If you stop yourself before you start, then you'll have nothing to show for it. But if you let yourself dream and you let yourself follow through and execute certain plans that you have, or sit down and make an action plan, you will achieve a lot more. You will finally achieve the things that you are holding yourself back from. Okay. So I just want to say that these are things that if you go to therapy, you can maybe talk through them. If you haven't, maybe this is a time to look into getting a therapist. Maybe you have a therapist, but they're not doing anything for you. Maybe they're doing Jack, you know what, Jack. So, I have to cut that out, but maybe they're doing nothing for you. So now you need to find a new therapist. So you're basically you're basically cutting out maybe a therapist of your life. I don't know, but you basically find another health professional. So you might want to really talk through these things and find your self-sabotaging behaviors and patterns and habits and talk it through with a health professional. Or you don't need to talk it through with a health professional. Maybe you get a journal and you just journal it out, something. But I need you to be aware that this is something that you're doing, okay, for some of you. But I think I even had the situations like that with myself, but like I had to really think about it, and I was like, I'm stopping myself before I even start. Like, what the hell, you know? So just consider that, guys. There's some toxic patterns at play. Self-sabotage is at play. It's not always coming from outside. It's coming from inside the house, guys.
We traced the call. It's coming from inside the house. You hear me? It's coming from inside the house.
Other things I will say is that people may be trying to trigger you. Trigger! Or push your buttons. Don't give them the benefit of a reaction. Okay, full moons have to deal with reacting, responding. Okay, just like the sun shines on the moon and the moon reflects back. So it's about how you're reflecting back in opposition. Okay, I need you to stay cool-headed. I need you to maybe cuss them out when you get home. That's fine. Go ahead and do that.
Girl is the nastiest skank bitch.
But in their presence, be cool-headed. Do not overreact. Don't give a reaction, because honestly, most people want that. Don't give a reaction. Be a little more stoic. But then when you get home, or when you get to a space where you can be more private and more honest with yourself, I want you to make note of why that triggered you. And then I also want you to possibly maybe leave the situation or figure out a way out. So action plan, pretty much. Great energy for introspection. This is great energy for therapy and deep diving into some shadow work. Like I said, journaling, positive self-talk. I see a lot of like mirror work would be really good for you as well, especially with the Libra season going on. Mirror work would be nice. Other things I would want to let you know is that any gossip or talking behind your back is just a symptom of your power. All right. It's just a symptom of your influence. And I need you to know your own truth. Like, ground yourself in that you know your own truth. So that's the important thing. Okay. The other thing I would say is there's this idea of maybe body work or working through trauma in the body. So however you want to do that, that could be through physical touch, like physical massage, EFT tapping, I believe is what it's called. Acupuncture is even a thing. That would make total sense. Mars is like sharp, pointy objects, right? Sharp, pointy objects and stuff. So that's something you can do. The other thing I would even say is like maybe lymphatic, I don't know if I said this, but lymphatic massages too. You can do like lymphatic massages, detox strategies too. So you might be looking into like detox herbs or detoxing practices, like maybe even the sauna. That also gets your lymphatic system working, if you guys didn't know. But like the sauna is a great idea. Going to the spa is a really good idea around now. They have like, like the Korean spas where they have like all the different like rooms and different like, there's just like, they got like different types of saunas up in there. They got different types of rooms up in there. It's cool. It's real cool. But like do something like that, like have fun. But yeah, I think that's a great thing for like fire energy, like fire sign energy. Because like we talk all the time about like journaling and stuff like that. I just feel like for fire signs, our form of therapy is like a lot more active. Like we're the types that we need to go on like walks. We need to go dance. We need to exert energy. Like yes, journaling and all that, that's great. But we need to be like doing something. Like we need to be active. And I think that's what Aries, it would be very beneficial for you to like do something active as well, like something physical. So I think even like going to the sauna and doing things like that is really good for you. Next thing I would say, so relationships, because we do have the Venus in Libra coming, and that comes October 13th, by the way. So that's really exciting. But, and the new moon as well. And the new moon is going to be, October 21st, and then the sun will go into Scorpio. I find that there are certain patterns or things that come up in your connections, and it keeps repeating itself. So take note of those things, and when you see them, I want you to possibly address them. The best time to address them would be after October 13th. So once Venus and Libra kind of comes through, because the thing I would say, like you can address them now, especially if they're more technical types of things and not like anything sensitive. But if they're like technical, you can address them now. The reason why I say, about addressing them now is because Venus, before October 13th, that is because Venus is in Virgo, okay? And Venus in Virgo is great for technical stuff, but I don't want to say it's great for more emotional type of things where people kind of feel empathy. Venus in Libra is a little bit more diplomatic and it's a little bit more forgiving. So you might want to wait for Venus in Libra to come through, okay? I think that'll be beautiful, I think, because the sun will be in Libra and then Venus will be in Libra, and it's just such a nice energy, okay? It'll be in domicile versus Venus in fall. So don't do that, okay? Don't do that. No, don't. So yeah, but I would say that you might find that an insecurity or an issue gets highlighted by a relationship, okay, that's in your life. Wow, okay, that's true. And I feel that this is something that you might need to heal or fix, given that Venus in Virgo is in your 6th house. So you might need to work through it, okay? And then you can do that throughout the month, but especially after October 13th, that would be a great energy to iron it out or hammer it out if it's to do with issues with others, okay? You'll be able to deal with that very civilly, diplomatically, in a positive way where everyone has their interests considered and satisfied, versus if you did it in Virgo, people are critical of each other. One person's feeling one type of way about it. You guys, no, it's not it, okay? The other thing I want to say about Venus in Libra, which is beautiful energy, you might see a new relationship enter your life. You might have needed to work through a lot of issues that you were having, toxic patterns and things, and maybe you dealt with a lot of that stuff that you're able to have a relationship in your life, or you want to start pursuing new relationships in your life, okay? So that might even be coming for you. I don't know why I just thought of this. I just saw someone like meeting with their therapist for the last time. I don't know, giving them a gift or something. So I wonder if it's like you're ending, like maybe you've kind of dealt with everything in therapy and it's like this is the end of a cycle and you're able to maybe move on. So that could be for some of you as well. This is beautiful energy for business. So a lot of you guys might be reawakening a business that you've had, coming back to a business, reopening or starting a new business, basically. And I see with the Venus in Libra and the sun in Libra in the 7th house, like this is lighting you up and you're basically doing a passion project. You're basically doing something that's very like something beautiful too. It can be, or getting into contracts with people or collaborating with others. So you could possibly collaborating with people, connecting with others. You might feel inspired by others as well with the 7th house, because the 7th house with Venus there, it does speak to collaboration, connections, things like that. And the sun as well, where you might see increased favor with others or increased favor with people in authority. That's another aspect too. I would say is like spending time with your partner. So there's a lot of SE, you know what times, okay? Dirty talk. Like I see a lot of that coming in. Like that's really cool. But it's with a committed partner because it's in the 7th house, just a heads up. So I do see strengthening of interpersonal bonds. You and your partner may also be like exchanging gifts or acts of goodwill towards each other. So it's going to be a really sweet month for that. The other thing that I would say is you might need to renew contracts or bonds or something like, or you might have a really good relationship with a business partner or a business enterprise. If there's something you want, you might as well send the request, okay? Because you might get it granted. There's just really good connections and good outcomes that can come from being in business with others, okay? So I see that. I see also pursuing money or monetizing business endeavors. So if you are looking to organize money, financials, get a credit card or a business card or something like that. A business credit card is what I mean. Something like that, a line of credit, you can get it. So I would really consider it, okay? And the last I'll say is with this Pluto in Aquarius right now, because it is a modern day ruler, Mars and Mercury answers to Pluto in Aquarius in the modern sense. this could also indicate that your friends or friendships may be transforming, okay? They may be maybe friendships you find in new places, or you want to transform your friendships. You want to clean up your social circles. You basically want to align with people who know about your truth, okay? Or who align better with you. So that might be something that you're involved in, okay? So your friendships could also be going through some transformation. For this month, I need you to be honest with yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. I need you to integrate the shadow side of yourself and the light side of yourself. I need you to be aware of your shortcomings. That way you don't let them dictate how you move, how you act, okay? Don't let the self-sabotage get out of hand, basically, all right? So you need to be aware of your pitfalls so you don't fall into the pit, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, and so happy spooky season. So Mars and Mercury and Scorpio are in your 8th house. So I see you really interested in those type of stuff. Just be very careful to not get like drained and bogged down by the doom and gloom. So like if you notice that you're extra jumpy or creeped out a little bit more frequently, or like, you know, you're constantly looking behind your back, you've been watching too many horror movies. So just chill out. So maybe stop consuming too much of that and just watch something like nice and like easy, and you need a palate cleanser. So I just wanted to it's going to basically fray your nerves. So just be careful, especially with spooky season right now. You're going to get too deep into it. But other than that, I think if you do it in moderation, you'll be fine. All right. That's all I have for you guys. Let me know. Obviously, I'm an astrology. So let me know how this month goes for you. Come back. Let me know. Tell me what you're dealing with right now as well. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, Aries. Taurus. Hey, what's up? All right. So let's get into your horoscopes. We got the 12th house moon, 6th house Venus, new moon, 7th house Mercury, Mars, 10th house Pluto. You name it.
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rat. You name it.
Okay. Anyways, but you got a lot. You have a lot going on. So pretty much I'm going to just boom, go through it. Your partner or relationships may be going through a change right now, okay? They may be going through some changes. This can be good. This can be bad. Who knows? We'll get to that. So pretty much this is a great time to actually check in with others who are important with you, who are important to you. I just feel like someone may be going through it. That's just a random aside. You had the new moon, the full moon in your 12th house. You had the full moon in Aries in your 12th house. Okay. Answers to the 7th house. Mercury and Mars are there. I don't know. Maybe there's someone in your circle that like might be going through something, or there might be some, or relationships or connections, they might be going through some heavy stuff around now. I just want you to be aware of it. Okay. The other thing I wanted to share with you as well is that given you had the 12th house moon, full moon, I do see some important changes taking place behind the scenes. Okay. This can be in your relationships, and the reason being is because it then answers or reflects back to the 7th house, okay? So the moon answers to Mars and Mercury in Scorpio in the 7th. So something may be going on. Your long-term relationships may be going through it, okay? You may be required to have some deep technical conversations with your partner, and this could include like family planning, maybe like typing a relationship, like what are we, having the what are we conversation might be going on, prenups, I don't know, something legal. So there might be some like very technical conversations you might need to have. And the reason also why I say that is because the sun is in the 6th house, and it's like taking care of paperwork too. And then it answers to Virgo in Venus in your 5th. Okay. And, Venus and Virgo in your 5th. So Venus and Virgo can speak to maybe like technical conversations in love, or having the heart, like having talks, but related to like little like details, little details. That's basically what I'm seeing. So some of you guys may be needing to have like those types of talks. going on. So that's more on the positive side. That's more on the like, that's fine. Like it is what it is. Every relationship needs to go through that. But so that's what could be happening later on, though, when Venus goes into Libra, and that's going to be around October 13th. When Venus goes into that, when Venus goes there, I do see things getting a little bit more like fun, happy, more sweet. So I do see things like maybe just fun times and things that can be happening. Okay. But yeah, so I see like a little like technical talks with your partner. On the negative side, what I see is this could be a time that I'm going to just say it. You need to release a partner. You need to release a relationship. You need to release someone for the sake of your well-being. Okay. You may need to release a partner due to unhealthy and toxic behaviors they have. Maybe you are exhibiting toxic and unhealthy behaviors in the relationship. It could be because of the relationship. That's what you're doing. Maybe you're coping in a very unhealthy way. Something that needs to be done, like you need to release a connection, you need to release a contract, you need to release a relationship, and it's going to lead to better health outcomes for you. Or really worry and take care of your health this month. And the reason why I say that is because we started off this month with a full moon in your 12th house, and the 12th and the 6th house axis has to do with health and mental health. Okay. So you may not also be getting enough sleep, and you might notice maybe this is random, but like your face might be more round, or no hate to round faces, but like your face might be more round and inflamed, or you feel more inflamed overall in your body. And it's because maybe you're not getting enough sleep. Your body, like cortisol and stress. So stress might be at a all-time high for you, and you're not getting enough sleep, and it just kind of culminates. Okay. The other thing too is like you might be more prone to infections or fever, or just not feeling well. So you need to get enough sleep. You need to do something. You need to do things that are not going to shock your system. So I see you deciding to take action physically. And your diet may see some revisions at this time. You may also see how it correlates to your health. That's a lot of health stuff. So, and I also see the next few years, you're going to be pushed to like try new foods, or to try a new diet, or like, wow, okay, so confirmation, but like trying new diets or something, because you got the Uranus in your second house. The second house can sometimes deal with your diet. So you might need to change up basically what you ingest, something to do with your food. Okay. I also see you talking or meeting with people who are going to motivate you to make changes in your life. And this could even be like a personal trainer, a nutritionist, a dietitian, or just friends who want to help you make those changes permanent, or make those changes in your life, period. Right. And I also see health becoming like a passion project for you. This could be the first time that fitness or health or your like all these things becomes more sustainable and fun. So you might start to beautify the food that you make. You might start to enjoy. I see you maybe like enjoying how you present your food. Maybe you make it a delight for your eyes, because you have Venus and you have the sun in your 6th house. So you make these things fun. You make these things positive. You make these things like something relaxing too. Okay, your chart ruler is in the 6th house. So you're basically leaning into making these things an enjoyable experience. It's an experience for you. So I really see this being more sustainable for you in the long run, and you being very excited to basically implement these changes in your life. Okay. And this is going to ramp up. Well, I mean, it's ramping up now, but I see this definitely ramping up by October 13th. Okay. And not only that, but it has been ramping up because Venus has been in Virgo, and it's been in your 5th house. So you might be really interested in doing that. I think I just met this one person. I don't know if they're a Taurus rising, but they're like, I just picked up baking, and it's just been really fun. And they like bring food and stuff like that, for us to try. And so you guys, like, really consider it. There's something to be said about basically finding new hobbies to like nourish your soul and nourish you. Okay, that's another confirmation. So yeah, next I would say is your 10th house or your career may also be going through some changes, or you may be revising some things. There's this a random message, but don't let anyone talk you out of a dream career, especially a relationship. It may be holding you back, okay? Or someone is trying to hold you back, or some connection might be holding you back from your potential. I'm just going to tell you like it is. Cut them out. Cut them out right now, because if they're going to try to convince you from doing what's best for yourself and what your potential could actually be, I'm going to be honest with you, they probably see your potential, but because maybe they don't feel as empowered as you do, or feel like they don't have it in them, they don't want you to see your own potential, because then you're going to move on. All right. So I'm going to just cut to the chase, and you should just beat them to it, and you should just leave. But that's none of my business. That's just what I think. All right. More on this is you may get a revelation in your life. You may be forced to go something alone, or to break up with something or someone. Again, it could be a toxic habit, or it could be someone, but you might need to do something alone. It could be anything. It could be a partner, friendship, career, contract. It could be any of those things. It's important that you don't fall for the okie doke. If someone tries to spin a narrative in their favor, or trying to keep you small, or trying to keep you in a box, like, just know that you're meant for something more than that. Okay. Next I would say is, like, consider the 6th house your sweet spot. Because again, you have your chart ruler there, and it's Libra. So that's a sweet spot. This is going to, with that new moon in the 6th house, it's about the 21st, it's going to motivate you to take care of yourself. It's going to motivate you to repair anything that was lost maybe at the beginning of the month to now. This is going to be super important, because all your gains will come from investing in your health, your well-being, your beauty. All right. Just like your mental health as well. Just as long as you are investing in yourself, you'll have more health, you'll have more beauty, you'll have more wealth. Okay. And again, get enough sleep, get more sleep, because I just feel like you're running on fumes. And the last thing I would say is a possible connection with the cat distribution system. I feel like you might be interested in getting a new pet. Like, there is possibly a situation where you may get a new pet, or a new dog, or just something that you like, a domesticated animal or something. I just feel like maybe a pet would be very healing for you. So if you are considering that, it is very blessed to do it around now. It would be a great addition to your home. That's really all I have to say for you guys. Let me know how your month is going. Come back. Tell me how October went. Tell me if you were able to avoid any pitfalls because of this. I want to know, because I'm in astrology. So let me hear y'all on that, and I will let you guys go. All right. Bye, Taurus. So we're going to be on Gemini. Gemini, you're the ones that I actually just started bulleting. So you're the easiest to read off. So let's start doing that. All right. So basically, I knew that was going to happen. Kermit.
Oh my God! Oh jeez! Oh my God! Oh, jeez.
Anyways, that must be something to know for Gemini. There must be something. Y'all, hold up. Let me pull up the chart. You guys have Uranus in the 1st house. How did I miss that? You guys have Uranus in the 1st house. Y'all be careful. I feel like there's a lot of this has nothing to do with your horoscope really, but just in general, guys, just be extra careful. Uranus is going to be in the 1st house if you're rising. Uranus is going to be in the 1st house for a long time for you guys, but just be very careful. Do your stretches before you work out. Don't do anything crazy. Just wear a helmet, wear protective gear. Now I'm looking at your charts to see what is going on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Girl, I already talked about, let me just get into the horoscopes because I did mention this in the horoscopes too. You guys have Mars in the 6th house. There is this overexertion coming for you guys. So just be very careful about overexerting yourself and not going crazy. And also, like, if any of you guys have asthma or if you have any like lung or respiratory conditions taking place, just like take your inhaler with you everywhere you go, because you also have Mercury in your 6th house too in Scorpio, and there's this idea of possibly getting overheated or overexertion. So that's your chart ruler. This is my micro. That's your chart ruler. Your chart ruler is doing this. That's your chart ruler, and it's in Mercury. So it's like, I don't have enough air.
Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air.
Jordan Sparks.
No air.
Yeah. It's a very kind of creepy intervention, but I just wanted to share. I wanted to share that with you. All right, next. Let me get back to my horoscopes. Okay, so let's get back into it. So my Geminis, something super exciting for you. So your social life and network is going to be highlighted this month. And why do I say that? I say that because we got you at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are having the sun in Libra in your 5th house. So your social life is going to be very exciting, okay? The other aspect of why I say your social life is going to be pretty like on point too is because you have Aries in your 11th house. So Aries right now is going to be experiencing the full moon. So the full moon, and then it answers to you got your full moon, and then it does answer to the 6th house as well. But the point is, I feel like there's a few things going on. I'm going to say 3 things. Your social life is seeing a resurgence. Your network's going to be highlighted. You might even be restructuring your networks. You might be restructuring your social life. You might be restructuring your friends or your connections. This is going to be the cautionary tales I have, but you might be releasing some friend groups. You might be releasing friend groups. You might be restructuring them. Okay. You might be in the midst of improving them. Like it's kind of a demolition crew coming to them. Okay. There might be a situation because the full moon is in your 11th house that might indicate that there might be some blow up or skirmish or some type of, hard blow that comes to a friendship networked for you. There might be a blow up basically that could result with that full moon there in the 11th house for you. Okay. Yeah. The 11th house. Chiron is also transiting there. And so it might be something that's kind of been on the back burner, something that's been bothering you, a grievance even. And given the full moon is answering to the 6th house with Scorpio, Mars, and Mercury, I just feel like you need to do this for your health. I think that maybe there are some cycles or bad habits that certain friend groups have, and you just need to release them. You need to let go of people or a person. Maybe it's just one person because it is Aries. So it could be a singular individual. It could be just one person. That maybe you've held on to for so long and you need to let them go. So it's kind of like to better yourself, you need to let a bad apple go. So that could be something that could be happening. But yeah, I wrote releasing friend groups to prioritize yourself. You may even be singling yourself out. You could even be singled out in a friend group and you may be pushed out. That's even another thing. I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm just sharing some instance like variations. So, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, let it just fly away. But yeah, you could be singled out too, because Aries is the individual. So you might have to do that. There is an aspect to that Mercury and Mars will be meeting up with Lilith. And so that could also be an aspect of it where maybe your health or your health habits or something that you're trying to do for your health may make you the odd one out in a group of friends. Okay. So that can also be taking place, but I do see you prioritizing yourself. And I really ask Sorry, that was my phone. I'm right then. That was confirmation. Okay. So I really do ask that you prioritize yourself. Like, you are going to win if you prioritize yourself. You got to put yourself first.
I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first, Lucius.
Put yourself, that is the line for this month. Put yourself first, Lucius. I'm gonna sneak that meme in here too. But you got to put yourself first, okay? I do see you distancing yourself from certain friend groups to avoid repeating bad habits. Like I said, there's also an aspect of getting your health in order and transforming your routine. I mean, it makes sense with Mercury and Mars in the 6th house. So I do see you, and Lilith there too. So I do see you transforming your routine. This is a really random download or thought I just got, but I do think that this is going to make you feel a lot more comfortable in your skin. And I also mean that, like, I don't want the YouTube police to come after me. I don't really know how all this works yet, but I feel like you will be feeling yourself like that, like feeling yourself. Okay. I feel like, in a way, like a Lilith way. Go look up what Lilith means kind of in astrology, but you'll understand what I mean by that. But I feel like there is some type of archetype or vibe that you're going for. And I think you'll be able to achieve that by some of the changes you're making, okay? I feel like also you might be in a detox situation, or you want to detox. And so you're going to be looking into detox herbs, or looking into something to detox certain areas of you, like to clean, whether it's detoxifying maybe something to do with the liver or your kidneys, your blood. Scorpio, Mars, it has to do with all of that too. Even your environment too, like, or your routine. You might even be changing up where you go, right? Because of that, because maybe you don't want to go through a more polluted area, like things like that. You might even be changing your food choices or places that you eat out at. You decide to cut things out. Like, I really see that, cutting out coffee, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I do see that. I see a lot of getting your health in order, and transforming your routine in some way. So that is a really blessed thing. I think you are on the right track if you decide to do all those stuff. The other thing I want to say is your health journey, it might inspire you to share with others. Like, I feel like maybe you have a story, and by you doing it and you seeing the results, maybe you can share that with others. Mercury is also in the 6th house. So it's like sharing maybe a success story with others. It might inspire people in your network to do the same. They might see your results and ask you what you're doing. I'd be careful with that. I wouldn't really share anything just yet, but if they're coming from a good place, I don't see any harm in doing that. But if they are going to start judging you for your choices, just be careful. Yeah, like I said, heavy detoxing energy is underway. I see you could be looking into like detox herbs. So I was thinking like burdock, dandelion, milk thistle, teas, tinctures that assist in all of that. Okay. Social detox, that could also be underway for you. But yeah, some other things is you also could have a friend is going through something that may alert you to look into a health concern. So let's say a friend brings up something they're going through. That might be a message for you to ask your doctor about it, or to ask a health professional or a professional about it, and maybe see if it applies to you. So just be careful. So you might be hearing things in the periphery from others that might alert you to take action for yourself. So keep a lookout for that. And on the flip side, your social network could be helping you make some changes. So you might even be changing with your social networks, and maybe it motivates you guys to do better or to be better. Okay. So that could also be something that's a positive. Okay. Other things I see for you is your dating life could have an uptick. Everything going on in the 5th house, you will be having the new moon there. So you could see maybe more dating, maybe more people hitting on you, or more people interested in you. That could be an aspect. I would say prepare for more compliments. I would say definitely look cute. Definitely put more effort into your looks around now if you are looking for love. There's also an aspect of you like receiving gifts or being interested in treating yourself more around this time. I also see you experimenting with your aesthetics. So changing up how you look, maybe refreshing your wardrobe, experimenting with what looks good on you. And yeah, I see this being a really nice time for doing something fun, or even monetizing an interest of yours or hobby or passion, given that Venus also will be in your 5th house. So that is also a message to maybe if something you enjoy and you really like doing it, it doesn't feel like a job, Venus will be in your 5th house. So it is worth possibly doing something with that. As you can see, I'm not a Gemini rising, but like I was like, I freaking love astrology. I gotta talk about it. So that's kind of like what, like, maybe like something like this where you're like, yeah, let me go on YouTube, let me go talk about it, let me go share this with people, you know. So it kind of does align with the whole Scorpio thing. But I did talk to everyone about this in their horoscopes, but just a really quick mention, Pluto is not the traditional ruler of Scorpio, but Pluto is a modern day ruler of Scorpio, and Pluto is going to be in Aquarius, guys, and Pluto is going direct around now. So something about Pluto being in Aquarius, going direct, your communities can and will break you. So this is a message for all my signs. Everyone needs to start cleaning up their social circles. Everyone needs to start cleaning up their networks to align with their values, to align with things that they want to do in the future for their future health or well-being. So there's something about that. So if the first half of this horoscope resonates with you, that's what you're preparing for on a micro level, and it's going to progress to a macro level. So you cleaning up your social networks is going to help you increase your influence, your power, your wealth, your abundance, your potential, because Pluto is about power. So your communities can make or break you. So just remember that. Okay, that's the tagline. That's all I have for you guys, Gemini. That's all I have for Geminis right now. So let me know if that resonates with you guys. I would love to know. I would love to hear. I'm nosy as hell. I'm an astrology. So I need to know. Let me know. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, guys. Okay, so now let's go on to Cancers. Cancer rising. Guys, I'm a Cancer rising, so this is for me too. Oh my gosh, not me spilling the tea on myself, but okay, so let's get into it. So I should know this personally, and I can vet my own horoscope. So this is exciting. Okay, let's go, guys. Okay, Cancer crew, I want to hear y'all in the comments. Okay, sorry, I'm just making my thing smaller. I love us. Anyway, so let's get into it. All right, Cancers. So we have, all right, so your places that are highlighted for you. I don't even know where to begin. So what I see for you is you guys have, okay, so you have the sun in the 4th house. So we have the sun in the 4th house, guys. We have the sun in the 4th house. There's going to be also a new moon towards the end of the month in the 4th house too. And we have a full moon in the 10th house, okay? Oh, we have the full moon in the 10th house in Aries. It's funny because this is what's happening. I'm thinking about all these transits and I'm thinking about how they're going to relate to my life. And then I'm just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So as I'm saying it and you hear the inflections of my voice, you need to understand I'm like, it's like scenarios are playing in my head and I'm just like, oh, so do you see? Okay. So yeah. So anyways, I'm just going to read off the horoscopes that I have, but I do see some changes and some restructuring to these areas of your life. So your 4th house and the 10th house. So there's this access going on of career, home, career, work-life balance, work balance, you know? So there's this aspect. There's going to probably be a lot of things going on in the career sphere, at work, also maybe at home, things close to home, maybe your kids, family, things like that, okay? So I do see, for some of you, I see some of you maybe receiving a job offer, a promotion. Maybe you were working very hard and you finally receive some blessings from that. Maybe you receive a blessing from exerting yourself, okay? Or exerting or putting in effort. And so maybe it culminates in something, okay? Saturn is also nearby. I don't know why I wanted to mention that, but I do see maybe some hard work paying off for some of you. The other aspect The other aspect that I do see for that too is maybe some of you leave a job. Maybe some of you release a job, okay? Some of you might release a job that you no longer enjoy, that stops you from doing something you love. There might be that the job was holding you back, or holding you back from having a life outside of work, or maybe holding you back from getting adequate rest, or it's too stressful. That full moon in the 10th could also indicate maybe too much stress, or it reaching a breaking point, a fever pitch. And it's like, oh man, like, or even maybe something happening physically, okay? Because Aries also, it could be you. It could be like the physical body, in the sense that you have overexerted yourself and now like you can't work, like you literally can't. Something kind of stops you in your track, or something gets inflamed, or there's inflammation, or a flare up takes place. And it is the moon, so this kind of does make sense. The moon can sometimes precipitate flare-ups. So maybe something, or even people, or the general public, the moon also indicates the public. Maybe the public flaring up, or maybe people you work with, or if you work with like people in customer service or in retail or whatever, like dealing with the public, there might be flare-ups, or I hate saying like angry people, but maybe just people who get a little too enthusiastic for their own good, basically. So that could also be happening. Very impassioned people could also be an aspect. But yeah, so maybe these types of things could be taking place. Maybe it just reaches a fever pitch, and I think that's the word, fever pitch or something. It reaches a height and you're just done. So it could also result in that. But I just see someone leaving a job they no longer enjoy, that stops you from doing something you love. It could also be that. Also, a job or career choice maybe becoming more aligned with your pleasure centers, or you're finally doing or moving towards something you love. You could even be making the decision like, I gotta leave, I gotta go, I gotta end this. Someone might even be putting in their resignation letter. Like, I just see someone acting impulsively as well. Is that a great idea? No. So for some of you, yes, but for most of you, I would just make note of this time, write it down, and keep it to yourself, and let that be the motivation you need to move on. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't have to be now, but it needs to be noted so that you make plans. Okay? Because a lot of you guys are really resistant to change, and it's funny because Cancers are very changeable, but a lot of us don't like to move on, don't like to change. We like to be comfortable. So I do see something making you very uncomfortable, to the point that you finally decide to make a move. You finally decide to take action. So that could be coming for a lot of you. The other thing that I see is maybe a remote job is offered to you. So that'd be cool, like a remote job offered to you. And I say remote because the sun and the new moon is going to be in the 4th house. So it might even be that you do maybe have your job, but your job ends up being at home. So it might be a new start for you at home. It might be that your job becomes gets centered in your home. So that could also be something that starts up too. All right. Also see maybe some of you want to start a stay-at-home business or a stay-at-home job. So that could be possible, and that would be very blessed and a really good time to do it now too. Some of you might choose or move towards a job that gives you more control of your time for yourself, or affords you a better work-life balance, even if the pay is lower. The stress is not worth it. So the stress is not worth it, guys. I'm just here to reiterate to that, okay? Also, going back to something that you're passionate about, already said that. Other things that could be taking place, especially like if you live in like an apartment building or whatnot, is remodeling, renovations, changes at home. So if you are going to work, make sure you add in a little bit more time buffers, add in some time buffers, make sure that you allot yourself enough time to get to work, because I don't want that to precipitate the blow up at work. All right. So that could also be an aspect. But yeah, I see a reset at home, and it may be beneficial to your well-being. So some of you guys may want to move some stuff around, maybe move some furniture. It might refresh and reset the energy in the space, maybe if it's been stagnant. And that way you feel more like at peace, balanced, harmony. So you might want to harmonize the space. You might even be looking into something called feng shui. So feng shui might be reorganizing the house to basically bring more wealth in via the positioning of your furniture and stuff, okay? That's actually a really good thing. Go look into feng shui, because if you kind of move some stuff around, there's like certain things called like wealth corners. And if you clear that, or you put in certain energy around the home, it can bring in wealth. Fix your faucets, your leaky faucets. That's money draining. Guys, do that. Clean your stove. That's where the hearth is and your money is, okay? Those are just some really quick remedies, by the way, for your home. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it does help. I've done it. And by fixing a lot of those stuff, it just like fixed it. So this is a little tidbit. I hope that helped. But yeah, if you see that in your home, deal with it. Deal with it now, especially with this Libra new moon, okay? Libra, we talking money, so fix that. The other thing I want to say to you guys is I see you also, I mean, you could be moving. Like some of you guys are moving homes. I do see you guys maybe, if you live in the US, like Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, like a lot of you guys are going to these places and buying more stuff. You're going to be shopping a lot. And I see like Ross. I see you guys like going through the aisles, shopping, grabbing more stuff. Just be mindful you're not spending all your money, okay? This is really random, but government assistance. I see government assistance, especially in regards to your home. Some of you guys might receive like some type of settlement or something too. Or you might want to look into like benefits, like maybe government benefits, or maybe some taxes, like look into maybe documenting some stuff that you can use later for taxes, okay? I see this being a nice time to plan a gathering or to do something for your family, with your family and friends. So you can do that. You may also be gifting, so just make sure you're budgeting. I'm telling you guys, start budgeting, but budget for that. You might have like more birthdays coming up around now, or have some more celebrations taking place, especially at home, or you might be hosting, or family might be visiting you. That could also be happening. So also I see maybe some of you receiving gifts from family members too. So that'll be nice. Next, we have Mercury and Mars in the 5th house. So this is funny. Every time I have Scorpio moving through my 5th house, transits, like you guys, if you're looking for love, you'll find something. Like you guys will find something. Like there'll be riffraff around, but you will be getting hit on a lot more. You'll be getting complimented a lot more. But I do see you guys getting a lot more compliments from all sides, from everyone. So let's see. But yeah, you'll definitely be hit on more, especially with Mercury and Mars. But when I say hit on more, since Mars is going through, it's mostly going to be like boys and people who are not serious. But so just be very careful, guys. Really be careful around this time. Please don't entertain nonsense. Don't entertain red flags. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So anticipate boys and girls. Doesn't matter which way you swing, headed your way. Just a forewarning. And whatever you're passionate about, it'll be super healing for you mentally, physically, emotionally. And it can also be something you share with others to help them. So if you do feel like sharing something about your passion projects, I would do like, somewhere with like in a safe, protected space. I think it's totally worth it. I think that'll be nice. I even see art therapy too. Art therapy is something, if any of you guys are looking into it, or if you have a hobby you haven't done since childhood, maybe starting it again is going to be very helpful. So start that up. That's also shadow work. I can see you doing shadow work like that, like going back to your childhood and doing things like that. For my other people, like I said about the girls, all of y'all, just be careful, because a lot of you guys are going to be more fertile, more viral around this time, and your reproductive capability is going to be super high and through the roof. So y'all need to be wearing protection. You need to be careful. You need to wrap it up. Just be careful, or don't. If that's what you're looking for, don't do it. Don't be careful. Go ham. Because if you really are looking for a transit for that, this is the transit for that. Because yeah, you're very fertile. You're very viral. Like if you're very, what is it, virile around this time. Now for my people who have children, who have kids, for my mothers, my fathers, my parents, this is a really good time to spend quality time with your children. Or now this is a little darker, but this is a really good time to have the serious talk with your kids, serious, real, hard, or difficult talks with them about like important matters. So this placement, the Mars and Mercury in the 5th house, and there's also Lilith there, and they're going to be going conjunct at some point during this month. So it's giving this energy of having the talk, okay? It's giving this energy of having the talk with your kids. I don't know how old they are, but having the talk with them, and sooner rather than later. And not just the talk, but I'm talking like safety, hazards, dangerous people, when to say no, like don't cross certain boundaries, when to talk to a trusted adult, when to talk to like don't talk to strangers. Like this is the conversation. This is the time to have this conversations with your kids. So I basically see you guys giving them a rundown on street smarts too, or gifting them with protective measures, okay, or a plan on who to talk to, who to call, memorizing phone number. Why am I becoming a mama bear? Oh my gosh, it's so Cancerian. But like seriously, it's like you'd think I'd have kids. I don't, but like for real, like this is the time. Like have that talk with them, have a conversation with them. If it's been on your mind, this is the time to do it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, especially with Scorpio in the 5th house. It is very serious. I think it's the perfect transit to be having these conversations with your kids, okay? Because there's just some crazy stuff going on out in the world. And with this full moon in Aries, you just never know, okay? So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know how your month goes. Come back and share with me. I'm very nosy. I'm a very nosy person. And I'm in astrology. So I would love to hear how you guys, how this month is treating you, and what your hopes are, or what you're worried about with this month. And I'll be sure to respond. If you have questions, obviously let me know in the comments. I would love to answer them, and see what's going on. All right. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, Cancers. Leos. Heyo. How are you guys? Hey Leos. I'm so excited to talk to y'all. Okay, so Leos, what do I have for you? So I see your education and travel sectors lit up. We have the chart here too. Okay, what do we got? Okay, so Leos, you have Libra in your 3rd house, okay? And then we have Aries in your 9th house, okay? So these, if you guys know anything about astrology, the 3rd and the 9th house rules long distance travel, like overseas travel, foreign places travel. That's the 12th house too. But the 9th house is just like, like traveling abroad or traveling far off places. And then the 3rd house is like short trips, road trips, short road trips, car traveling, what else? Like maybe sort of kind of distant relatives. The 9th is like distant relatives. Like let's say you are 1st generation Italian or something, and you might have like maybe maybe your uncle, who is your mother's sister, lives close by, and you have cousins, you see them. That's like the 3rd house. But you want to go see Nana, and she's like in Italy in a village, so you're gonna go travel on a plane that might take several days, and you got to go see her. That's like 9th house business, okay? So like just to make sense of it, okay? Because the 3rd house is also like cousins and stuff. Anyways, that was a long explanation, but let's get into it. So I see those houses lit up for you. That's when the full moon's going to be in the 9th, and then the new moon is going to be in the 3rd house, okay? So education and travel is highlighted for you this month. It is back to school season, isn't it? It's like back to school season for some of you, for most of us, like in the US at least. September, October, like that's back to school, right? So maybe semester, maybe you're thinking about signing. I don't know if it's already passed, but like maybe you guys are thinking about enrolling in something. It would be really good if you did. But education, travel, these things are highlighted, and I see you maybe either receiving or finishing up with the degree or certification or training. Okay. I also see you even being chosen or promoted or picked, or you might receive training. You might even be eligible for a certification. You might be eligible for a training program. You might be promoted to something that's going to require you to go into training or get a promotion or get a bachelor's, or like I even see someone maybe getting a job. Maybe they wanted you specifically, but maybe you don't have the credentials for it. So they're like, we want you for this job. We want you for this position. But you need this degree. You need to go back to school. I see that for a lot of you guys. So do not count yourself out if you don't have the qualifications for something. I have met so many people because they were so likable, and Leos, you're a Leo rising. You've won the chart lottery pretty much, like you're ruled by the sun. Okay. Like success. That's like successful. All right. Yeah. Like you're God's favorite. So like, I've seen so many people that like are just so likable that like a career or a job or like higher ups, they're just like, we want this one person. We just got to make them the person to be the one to do the role, to be the one in the role. Like I've seen that so many times. Like I knew a guy like when I was in college or whatever, they paid for his whole college to come back to school, and just so he could be in that position, and they paid for it. So like, don't ever let anyone count you out for a job or a position or from you applying. I guarantee you, once you get into that interview room and do whatever you Leos be doing, they're going to choose you and they're going to put you on a fast track to get the training that you need. Okay. So like, don't count yourself out. Like, you heard it from here first. You heard it from Astroteatime. She told you, okay? Some random girl on the internet. She told you you can win. You're going to win. You're going to be successful. You'll be fine. Okay? Yeah. All right. But I really do believe in you. Like, you just got to believe in yourself. That was so corny, but it's true. It's real. All right. Next. I do see like an interest or deciding to go back to school. Do it. Go back to school, do it, get the degree, get the training, get the promotion, you'll never lose at bettering yourself. I mean, I would say that even if we didn't have those transits, but the transits are there. So I'm just telling you what I see. I don't even know who you are. Like, I'm just telling you what I see. Okay. I'm telling you how it is. But anyways, I see a lot of you may be traveling or making plans to travel somewhere new due to opportunities abroad. That's another option for you. Don't count yourself out. If you are thinking about it, very blessed in doing so. Okay. The universe, the heavens have your back. Okay. I need to put a disclaimer up here because if you, goodness forbid, you do it and it doesn't work out.
And
Right there, officer. Okay. So I'm going to put a disclaimer. This is all entertainment purposes. Entertainment purposes only, guys. Okay. Like, we are in Libra season. I need to get my legal system. I need to get my legal protection up. Okay. All right. Anyways, so yeah, but I do see you guys traveling. There's a lot of opportunities around that, centered around that. You guys may be changing your near surroundings, your neighborhood, or working amongst a new crew or a new crowd. So there's that too. That could tie in with the whole you guys are moving or you're traveling or you're going to different places. So that could be happening. I see new peers. I see new neighbors. I see new acquaintances headed your way. The third house has to deal with your neighbors as well. So you might have a really cordial meeting with a neighbor. Or you might be sharing with your neighbors. You might be bringing sugar next door. Oh, knock, knock, knock. Can I borrow some sugar? Something like that. The Venus is in your third house. So I do see acquaintances, small talk being a very blessed activity right now. So if you were to I would say practice your elevator pitch, practice small talk, get on good terms with your neighbors. It would be very profitable for you as well. You never know who your neighbors are. It would be really cool. You might like them. So new commutes are very possible as well. I also see this being a good time to go looking for cars. So random, but it's not random. It's your third house, but good deals are on cars or vehicles at this time. I see someone maybe going to a car lot or some type of I shouldn't probably be saying brands, but you go to maybe a luxury car dealership, and you're like, oh, I don't think I can afford this. And then you hear from them, they're like, hey, you know what? Like, we're trying to make space for the 2026 models. Do you want this 2025 model at this discount? Like, try it. Like, if you're thinking about a car or a vehicle or something like that, or anything really, it doesn't have to be just cars, but maybe anything to do with transportation, you might be, or technology, you might be shocked that they might be getting rid of older editions, which are really old. They're this year, in hopes that they can clear out the inventory, and then they have the 2026 models come out and you get a huge, great deal. Oh my gosh, I am spilling the tea. Like, you guys, get into it. So this could go technology, that's third house, cars, vehicles, anything technical, anything you do with your hands too. Like, if you have a hobby that requires new equipment, like, these are some things you need to be looking into. Like, go shop, things you're gonna find on sale that you can buy. Okay. Next, I see you need to be communicating with your networks. You need to be communicating with your networks. You need to be taking advantage of maybe your networks having new opportunities for you, and they can pass it on to you, or they can recommend you. This is a time to collect references as well. So get some references too. Also, I see changes at home underway, especially like if you live in an apartment building or you live somewhere with like units or like condo or HOA. That's like in the US, we have something called like an HOA system. So you might have that. I would, what's the word would I say? I can see that, like, add some time into your commute or your schedule just in case there are some like renovations going on at home. There is a lot of remodeling or renovation at home because you do have Mercury and Mars in your fourth house. Fourth house is the house of home life. Okay. So your home may be needing some repairs around now. Sorry. Yeah. Maybe there's some hiccups going on there too, but there might be some things that need remodeling or fixing. So make sure you stay on top of it. The other thing I want to tell you is invest in security. Security surveillance systems or cameras at home. So if you were thinking about like a Ring or something like that, get it. Because you do have Scorpio in the fourth house, and you have Mars and Mercury going there. And Mercury can sometimes rule over petty theft. So I need you guys to be taking that seriously. If you leave any type of key, or if you leave any type of access points in your house open, just in case you get locked out, do not do that. Do not do that. Like, this is a cautionary tale. Don't do that. Don't leave a key out there. Don't leave like a key under the gnome and think someone, oh, no one's going to look under this gnome. No one's going to look under this rock. Someone's going to look under the rock. And then they're going to use the key instead of using the rock to break the window. Like, they're going to do that. And you're going to like wonder like, oh shoot, I should have listened to AstroloTEA. So don't do that. Don't do that. You need to get a good security system in place. Or at least put some like, just put some measures in place to protect yourself, right? So I see that being an aspect. Scorpio, like I said, Scorpio Mars, Scorpio Mercury, Mercury in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio is in your fourth house, okay? Lilith is also there as well, all right? And then also just be careful what you're sharing with your neighbors. Like, small talk is good, connecting is good, but don't be telling them so much personal stuff about the layout of your home. And even sharing that to other people is not a good idea. Like, don't share with other people the layout of your home, and like where to find things, where you keep things. Like, you'd be shocked at like what people use this information for. Okay. What else would I say? The other thing I want to say is like, you might be leaving or moving. So if you are, just be open to negotiating price or features of a new space or home. If you're moving into a new home, be negotiating that stuff. You can get things cut, like pricing cut, okay? You can get, maybe I can get this for this price, or maybe I shouldn't be paying this because I don't have this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can really like you can research into those things and get some things shaved off, okay, price wise, right? get a good assessor. If you are looking into new homes, get a good assessor. Get someone to look at the bare bones of a foundation, or any unit you're interested in. Check the plumbing of these places too. That rules every Scorpio also rules plumbing, guys. So check the plumbing, flush the toilets, turn on the faucets, do all that. Turn on the lights, make sure, you know, maybe you choose the higher floor than the lower floor, because you don't want to be in a situation where maybe there's like leakages and things and it gets caught in the crevices and stuff. Look into mold, you know, think about that. There's just so many things you want to consider. Even in your own home, if you're starting to feel a certain way or sick or something, consider maybe mold testing. So those are some other things, like you need to get to the root cause of maybe certain issues, and maybe your environment being toxic right now, or being a possibility for why you're like inflamed, or it's causing inflammation for you. So that's a big aspect. Yeah, don't skip on assessing. Don't skimp on getting an expert or an assessor or someone who knows how to check foundations of things. Like, pay the extra money for it, because there's something that you might be missing. Okay, you need an expert to be able to like look underneath. Okay. Other things might be happening is you might have good luck selling or getting rid of items for cash. So like, one man's trash is another man's treasure. I see that as well as an aspect for Scorpio being in your 4th house. You might be motivated to release or detox or get rid of stuff. So something that you don't have use for anymore, you could probably sell it off and get money for it. Okay. Yeah, but I do see, like, just don't be afraid of releasing things, especially if you are considering moving or changing. You just don't want to hold on to anything that's going to keep you from moving on. So it's going to definitely be this idea of releasing, going and taking things to the trash bin, taking things to a donation center. All right. For some of you, you might be looking into your roots or your genealogy. So you might want to be doing like DNA testing, or DNA and me, or whatever they call it. But you might be looking into that. So you might find some really cool stuff about yourself. The other thing I want to share with you, and I've been sharing this with everyone, Pluto is going direct. It is in Aquarius. So there is an aspect of your community's making or breaking you. Okay, so we are going to be cleaning up our social networks. I might share this in a larger video, I'm not really sure, but clean up your networks. I do see that you might want to revise your relationships with a partner in favor of something more aligned with your values and principles. Okay. So that was another thing. And then a few other things. I know, I'll let you go. I already kind of said it, but like, lean into small talk and connecting with people, and also being open to receiving advice from others, especially whose direction in life aligns with yours. Listen to them. They can really help you. Learn from other people's major mistakes, especially with the full moon in the 9th house. Okay. Someone may have gone through it first. Don't make the same mistake that they did. They could be telling you so you can avoid it. So listen to them. The 9th house also rules over wisdom from others. So there's that. Okay. I even see you. I even see you being the first in your family to do something. So I'm really proud of you. If you are doing something, if you're going to college, if you're considering being the first maybe in your family to go to college, I'm really proud of you. I just don't want to see you living with regrets. That's also a phrase I heard. So you don't want to live with regrets, and just be open to new training and opportunities. Okay. Opportunities to learn. And that's all I have for you. That's all I have for my Leos. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments what is going on for you this month. Come back. Let me know how your October went. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. I really want to know. I'm super nosy. As you guys all know, I'm very nosy, and I'm an astrology. So please let me know how that goes. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, Leos. So hey Virgos, hey, you guys are nosy, so I know you guys want to hear about like the other signs, how they're doing, but girl, like, listen, all these horoscopes are getting long. Like, I did it again. These horoscopes are long, like they're long. So I need to quicken it up. I need to speed it up. So I'm going to try to do that for Virgos, but like, you're still going to get like the full experience, but like at the same time, watch this be like even longer. Just watch it. Can't shut up. Like, I can't shut up. We're going to try. Okay, Virgos. So you guys were the star. I mean, Libras were too, but like Virgos are kind of like the star of this month because like you guys are making the money.
All right, we going. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm doing something real big this month.
You guys got some money coming to you, okay? Let's talk wealth. Money talks, basically. And you are where the money resides because you have the new moon and Venus in your second house. Venus is money. If you guys didn't know, Venus is the planet of like wealth, okay? You have it in your second house. And the second house is what? The planet of wealth. So, I mean, other than telling you you have money on your way, your horoscope's done. Like that's literally that's literally it. That's it. You guys are done. That's it. But no, like seriously, I do see that a raise or a surge in income is coming your way. I see it being in the works. I see a mid-year review going really well for you if that's involved in your career. I see that coming your way too. I just want you to as well to like notate your accomplishments, write down your achievements, write down the result. You guys are good at that. You guys are like the accountants of the zodiac. So write down all the things you did. You guys are always good. You guys are always keeping score of things. Like I did this on the December 8th and this and this and this and this.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots,
happened. Like I need you to take that energy that you like. I need you to have receipts. Have receipts when it comes to your job. Okay? So do that, but at your job. I know you do that in general, but just do that at your job and you'll be good. Okay? So keep them receipts. Write down receipts. Everything you do, write down all the achievements you've had. Like go into the numbers. If you have like a traditional job or something that like does this, like go in and see the progress that you've made. Okay? And then you can take it to a higher up or whatever and just say, hey, you know, I've done this and so and whatever. And, you know, clue them in. And you very well, like if you have a review, then bring it up then. But you very well will get that raise or income increase. You might even be in a position where you get a new job or a new position that automatically gives you an income raise or income like surge or something like that. Don't turn down a position that's going to give you more money. Don't do that. The only situation where I can see you maybe turning that down is if it's stressful or if it's gonna require you to like basically lose more time, because that's also something coming up in your horoscope. I'm going to get to that too. But that's the only time I can see that happening. So anyways, like back to what I was saying. So I see a raise coming for you, okay? The other thing is you could be a change coming to where you invest your money. So it could also be like maybe you're switching banks. Maybe you're done with a bank. Maybe you're like, I don't like this bank no more. I'm going to switch to this other bank. They give me more rewards. Maybe you switch to a credit card that gives you more rewards or something like that. So you might even be switching, maybe moving your finances to one institution to another. Like I see that for you. So there might be something changing with your finances or like you putting it into effect. I could also see you changing where you invest your energy. Okay, so not just money, but your time and your energy. So you might be investing that somewhere else. That's a good idea. But I do see you fired up to act on any ideas that you want to monetize. So if you do want to monetize anything, I can also see you guys really monetizing a skill. A lot of you are really good with your hands, Virgo risings. I know a lot of Virgo risings and they're really good at craftsmanship. So whether it's baking, decorating cakes, making clothes, tailoring, painting, woodmanship. You guys are always doing these like little craftsmanship things that you don't think about that people do, but you're the people who are doing. I'm like, where do you learn these things? Like I don't know. They're like, oh yeah, my grandpa showed me, or I just learned it from a YouTube video. Like you guys are the ones who like take the time to like learn about these things, and you get really good at them. You surpass amateur status. So I see like some of you like monetizing that. So don't think of yourself as just an amateur. Really start leaning into the idea that you can do this and make a profit. Do you know how many people are mediocre? Like there are so many mediocre people who are selling things at top dollar. And I'm telling you, please do not belittle yourself. Don't think small. Like, don't think of yourself as small. Like, realize that you really have the potential to create really well-made things, and people aren't doing it like you are. Some of you guys might be like perfumers or something, and you really good at putting scents together, like, or doing body care or something like that. I see that. So I see some of you guys probably monetizing a hobby of yours. So do not count yourself out, okay? I'm telling you, like, there's so many Virgos I know who are just masters at certain things, and they really don't think they are. And I'm like, are you crazy? Like, I'll take 10 of them. Like, I'll take 10 of these. They're really good, you know? So, I just seen so many mediocre people, and they don't care. They'll charge anyone an arm and a leg. It's like fraud, but like, you guys are the real deal. So just remember that. Next thing I would say is, this could also indicate maybe a partner or a connection or a friend, because it's Venus, or an important woman in your life too, because Venus can also be a woman, maybe gifting you money or handing you a piece of the pie or something like that. Like, and when I say a piece of the pie, maybe they're interested in, maybe they want to do business with you. Maybe they have a business. Maybe they want you investing in it, or maybe they give you shares in something. Maybe they want you to, maybe they give you some money to invest in something. So like, you know, take the handout. It's not a handout, but it's a gift. Take it. So just be appreciative of it. Like, I need you to be in your receiving energy right now. Like, that's what it's giving. And I definitely see it too, like from family members, like blessing you with stuff. Because the second house can also be like your family wealth and worth, your income. What is that? Like your family's net worth. So it could be coming from a family or something like that. But don't turn it down. Like, take it. Just take it. I'll take it. But yeah, so I see that for you. There's just going to be so many streams and avenues of income coming to you. I want you to have all the lines open, because I do see them coming in from different places, basically. You're going to have a really good month. You're going to like go to the store, for example, and maybe like the storekeeper is like, do you want this? And you just take it. Like, you'll be getting free samples for stuff. Like, you'll just be getting like stuff off the wazoo. Like, it's just going to be a very profitable month. Like, when Venus is doing its thing, it's doing its thing. Like, you will know. Like, if you go to like the beauty counter or something, they'll just like stack you up with stuff. Ask for samples. Like, I'm being so greedy right now. I'm just doing this, like, I'm viscerally living through you guys, vicariously living through you guys right now. But like, yeah, just ask for samples. Like, ask and you shall receive, basically. Yeah, exactly. I said it. This is a good time to ask for what you want, because you'll most likely get it. Closed mouths do not get fed. You will get fed. The second house actually rules over your diet too. So you will be well fed during this month. All right. If you're involved in any legal battles, you could receive a settlement during this time. Just conduct yourself accordingly in a good fashion. Like, don't do anything like crazy. Don't do anything that's like maybe gonna like count you out for something. Okay. Like, don't act crazy like a certain Cardi B. Don't be doing like acting the way she acted after that lawsuit. That was crazy. I was like, girl, you just won this case. Don't give them any more ideas. Don't do that. Okay. I don't think you will, because you're a Virgo. You guys are very like well composed. So yeah. The next thing I want to say is keep mum about money with like acquaintances, peers, neighbors. So Mercury and Mars is in your third house. And it's in Scorpio. So shut up. Like, shut up. Keep mum. Stay silent. Don't do it. Don't share things you don't need to be sharing, okay? Just keep it to yourself, especially like your money situations. Like, there might even be cases where people ask leading questions. So just navigate them navigate them well. You guys are smart. Like, just navigate them well. People might be asking questions just to get to just to ask another question. Like, I see that happening too. Okay. Other things, like, don't talk about money with people like that, people who aren't very close to you. And the third house is like acquaintances, peers. We're not like talking family. Like, we're not, well, like, it could also be cousins. So like distant cousins, like, just be careful. Cause family can be not good too sometimes, but like, I see like just people you trust. You can maybe share with people you trust, but not people who are not that close to you, or people that you don't talk to on an everyday basis. Okay. This could also mean deep conversations with people though. like siblings, cousins, extended family. So that can also be happening for you. Any deep convo could also be motivating for you to make changes in your routine, health, and well-being. So that's nice. I talked about this kind of already. Like I told you about the diet thing. Just be careful around this time because I think you guys are going to be having more of a sweet tooth than normal. So you just don't want to be doing too much. Like keep it in check. If you do have a sweet tooth, just like maybe try things with like sweeteners that are like stevia, monk fruit. Like you can still get your sweet tooth, but it doesn't have to be like super unhealthy. So I'll just say that Venus is in your second house, and whenever you have Venus in your second house, sometimes your diet can just be consumed by like sweets. So it's like not the best thing. You don't want to be dealing with like acne and stuff. So other things I would say is this could also mean like a change to your diet, and you're like focusing on balancing your gut. Okay, balancing your gut, your hormones, or work-life balance for health outcomes. So when we have Libra is a house of balance. Okay. And Libra also can indicate sometimes like the, your hormones, like things that come in pairs. So like even your kidneys, especially the female reproductive system. So there might be something out of balance, and maybe you're considering, hey, I want to rebalance certain things. Like maybe you use your diet to balance those things, and I think you'll be successful with it. So you might want to look into teas, tinctures, stuff like that to really rebalance your hormones and rebalance things that are going on. You might notice aspects of your diet having a play in you not feeling your best, and then by you maybe rebalancing or looking into or researching those things, even through word of mouth with the Mercury and Mars in your third house. By word of mouth, you might learn from someone who has done the research, or you might do your research, right? You might find that, hey, I can do that with my diet. I can do that with supplements. I can do that with teas. I can do that by what I eat. Okay. So you will be very successful in doing that. Where are we at? We're at 12 minutes. Okay. Because everyone has been like 15 minutes. Like I gotta quicken it up.
Do you know you have 30 minutes? Are you kidding me? 30, yes.
So other things that I do see, I see balancing of your gut. Okay. That's also another aspect. So maybe some probiotics might be a good idea. But speak up about taking a break. Okay, we talked about work-life balance. So speak up about taking a break, or be adamant about rest. So this could be worth it in the long run. So you might want to take some PTO. You might need to take some PTO. Like I said, ask for it, you shall receive, that sort of thing. So I think you need to take a break as well, like take a rest. It would also help reset your hormones like cortisol. So that might be something that's kind of haywire. Or you might want to learn about your hormones. So you might need to take a test to find out what your hormones are doing. I also see you learning about financial literacy. It's a great idea around this time with Scorpio, with Mars and Mercury in Scorpio in the third house. So financial literacy would be, to learn about it would be very blessed around this time. Also learn something that allows you to save or get back some money. So by taking the steps about maybe there's something financially you need to learn about, it can actually save you a lot of money in the long run. So look into that. If you've been looking into it, just keep doing it, because there's something that you're going to find. It's like going to be like you struck gold, and it's going to help you save a lot of money. Okay. Siblings or extended family may be going through some things. You might be busy being a listening ear. So just a heads up. The other thing I would say, this is the negative side, kind of talked about it, but don't be careful about engaging in gossip, and don't get involved in like believing in like, I don't know why I wrote this, but like village talk. Like I see like people like whispering to each other. Like don't get caught up in that. Please don't get caught up in that. I don't think that's going to work out very well for you. I just don't want you to be scapegoated, because that can be a thing too. Oh, she said this. Well, I was talking to so-and-so and she said, or I heard, or we said. You don't want to be in the we. You don't want to. So leave the room. Change the subject. Maybe don't change the subject, just leave. But if you have to, you can change the subject or get it onto, get back into a lane that's a little safer. But I don't think it's a good idea for you. With the full moon in Aries in the 8th house, I do see highlighting a culmination in the house of debt. So the 8th house can be the house of debt. It's debt. So there might be a releasing of debt. There might be a situation where you need to go into debt resettlement. You want to maybe get debt forgiven. There might be debt forgiveness programs for you. But yeah, I would face it head on. You need to face it head on with the full moon there. So I do see you being more courageous to face that. And don't be scared. Like, don't be scared of the dark, okay? There's something for you there. You need to go address it, okay? You need to address it. You might have trauma or be scared of looking into it, but you'd be surprised. You might find exactly what you need to pay it. And like I said, if you're keeping up on financial literacy and learning about this kind of stuff, it might set you free. You might realize that, oh, I could have done this. Go to a financial advisor. I just heard that. Go to a financial advisor, ask them for advice. They might help you out of a really dark situation. Yeah. And the other last thing I'll say is learn about what scares you. It may reveal a bigger picture to you guys. Okay. So that's all I have for you. I'm going to just tell you because I've been saying it to everyone, even though, girl, now you're the longest one. Great. I did it again. Pluto is going into Aquarius. Okay. I mean, Pluto's in Aquarius and it's going direct. Your communities can make or break you. So just be very careful. A lot of us are going to be cleaning up our relationships, and I've told this for every sign. So just be aware of that. But that's all I have for you. My battery's about to die. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye. Oh, in the comments, let me know if you have questions. I want to hear it from you. I want to know how your month went. All right, bye. See you. All right. Happy birthday, Libras. It's Libra's time now. So let's get into it. I'm really excited for your month. Happy Libra season. So I just wanted to share with you guys, exciting month for you ahead because you do have the new moon in your first house, right? So I see new moon, new you. So there's definitely a idea of maybe you wanting to redesign your identity or redefine yourself. So that's coming for you. Sorry, I forgot. I'm supposed to look over here. I do see you maybe getting started on a new fitness routine, a new fitness regime, maybe a new diet plan, maybe you wanting to renew your wardrobe, do something with your aesthetic. I see you ramping up your activity levels as well. You also will feel like this energy of rehauling your life. So you might, in one day you just shoot up, wake up, want to just change everything and just start zooming around. So you might get the zoomies or something. But I see you rehauling your life. I will just say slow down. But I will say it is a sign of something better coming for you. You can have something new. You should feel motivated to start something new. And you should use that energy productively. But I just don't want you to overdo it. The other thing I will say is I see maybe, this is so random, but I see an influential person or individual, especially in Aries, or someone you admire who doesn't DJAF, does not care, doesn't give a what, and it motivates you to change to be your best self. It can also be on the negative end that there's someone who doesn't give a in your life, and it could be a narcissistic person too. And maybe them being narcissistic and them only caring about themselves can maybe motivate you to do the same for yourself. And I think you should take the hint. So that's this. I was listening to a song. What song was I listening to? There's two signs that are gonna, there's 2 to 3 signs. There's a few songs I've been hearing over and over again. One of them was Better by Myself. The other song was, maybe I'll link them somewhere, I don't know, but Better by Myself, I can't remember. I wish I had my phone on me. I don't have it right here with me. But Better by Myself is this one song. The other song is Damaged by Danity Kane. So this could be a relationship. This could be a relationship where it feels very one-sided. You guys also have the full moon happening in your 7th house. Like, oh gosh. So you have the full moon happening in your 7th house. So there might be something coming to a head in regards to your relationship. There might be maybe some type of imbalance, or someone who is me all the time, and you having to put your foot down and release them. You might have to release them in some way. This could also be affecting your money. I'm not even reading my horoscopes at this point. I'm just talking. But this could also affect your money, given that you're going to be you have Mars and Mercury in your 2nd house. So maybe money talks, or a financial situation precipitates this kind of blow up. You might even feel like you need to separate your funds or separate your financials. So that can be something that's happening as well. You're going to be making the right choice by separating, or by changing up where you put your money, or I even feel like maybe someone was hiding money, like hiding money too, because it is Scorpio and it's in your 2nd house. So yeah, there's a lot coming for you with that. I think it is a better idea that you keep things separate, and understanding like where both of you are coming from. But I'm telling you, like, if this person has repeated behavior of being very me, selfish, you need to take the hint. Maybe you need to do the same. Maybe you need to do the same, okay? So that's what I'll say for you. I also see that there's this emphasis on, especially with the Venus in your 1st house, the new moon in your 1st house, there's this idea that like things really shouldn't be this hard. Things really shouldn't be this hard for you. And I want you to be more in a receiving energy. And so if you feel like you constantly have to give, it's not balanced, it's not equal, and it's going to cause discord for you, and it's going to disrupt your balance. So this type of energy is also not good for your health. So I want you to focus more on the soft life. I want you to focus more on things being easy. I want you to see that like if things get hard or rough or difficult with people, that they're not for you. Like that's not the right person for you. That's not something you should be trying to you shouldn't be moving towards that. You shouldn't be encouraging it. So I just want you to know that. On a positive note, I do see Venus being in the 1st house. So whenever you have Venus in the 1st house, it's a very blessed transit. I love this transit. I love when Venus is in my 1st house. I will tell you, like, your skin starts clearing up. Skin starts clearing up. You start to have a glow about you. Your hormones are balancing. And it's just really terrific energy, especially since it's your chart ruler. So it's in your 1st house. So you should feel very empowered. And you should feel very empowered to take back whatever agency that you felt maybe had left you in a relationship. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It could also be, it can be in a contract. It could be business. It could be business partnerships. It could be interpersonal relationships. It can be a number of different things. It could even be maybe in a housing situation or a lease or something like that, where you feel like you're getting the short end of a stick. Okay, you need to start really looking into maybe even finding representation in regards to lawyers or something of that sort to maybe defend you or defend your interests. So that might be something you need to do as well. All right. Other things I see for you is, exactly. That's what I wrote. I've said, are you being treated unfairly? Like, are you being treated unfairly? Like, I see justice coming your way. You do have the right to defend yourself against others. So, however you're able to do that, you need to stand up for yourself. Whether it's having someone else stand up for you legally, whether it's you doing it yourself verbally, like you're allowed to speak up. You're allowed. Okay. I don't even need to tell you that. You should know you're allowed. Okay. The other aspect of this is, given you do have the full moon in the 7th, and I already said this, but you might have to release something. So you might release a partner, you might release a business, you might release a contract. You might be in a situation where you have to liquidate items. That might be also an aspect to your horoscope. The other thing that you may need to do is like I said, there might be some legal issues coming to play. Maybe a final verdict is reached. The seventh house can also be like law and order and law things, as well as the ninth. But that may be happening. Another thing I do see with the second house highlighted with Scorpio energy is a pivot or a change in where and how you invest your energy. So it could be time, money, resources. So you might be putting things away, hiding things away. I don't know. Maybe what if you're getting a divorce? What if you're getting a divorce and you're trying to hide your funds? Like, I don't know. Like, it could be that. It could be that. Maybe you need to do that. Like, I'm on your side. Like, I don't know who the other person is, but whatever you got to do, I'm on your side. If you're watching me, like, I'm on your side. Do what you got to do, okay? Do it legally. Do it legally. Get some legal advice and counsel and representation. But if you got to hide what your own interests, do what you got to do. Prenups. Look into prenups. If you're considering marriage or if you're considering partnership with someone, consider all those things. Look into that. I also see you recouping losses around this time. That can be an aspect. The other aspect too is debt settlement. Debt settlement. So I'll just throw that out there. Financial literacy is worth learning around now. I see changes and you thinking about changing your financial situation in terms of where you hold your money and what you see as valuable. Okay. I also see you looking into investing. So keep a lookout for any stocks, anything that's dipping. And you've been like, if you have stocks, for example, you might have like a list of stocks. They might be on a dip and it's a good time to buy. The other thing I would say to you is if you receive any money from any unfortunate circumstance, invest it very wisely so it grows, okay? So you might receive money from a unhappy situation, or like I said, like maybe there is a divorce.
Congratulations!
Maybe there is a situation that's like not the happiest and you might want to blow the money, or you might want to give the money away, or you don't even want to look at it. Maybe it depresses you to even think about that. You need to invest it. You'll feel better eventually. Don't worry. Like, you'll regret it if you just blow it. You'll regret it if you don't do something worthwhile with it. So use this time to maybe brainstorm on like what you can use it for, but you want to invest it in assets or something that's going to grow with time. Okay. These are some other random things, but there are possibly some changes to your diet coming up. So the second house can also indicate changes in your diet. And given that it is in Scorpio, so this is making me think of the blood, like your blood supply. And I see you maybe, a good idea around now is to introduce more iron-rich foods into your diet. Also maybe like detoxing as a health strategy. So detoxing, iron-rich foods, dark leafy vegetables, beets, iron supplements, maybe more like red meat, steak, things that have like lots of iron in there, okay? And it's going to be very nutrient dense, and I think you need that right around now. And also that can contribute to, your well-being, your health, hair, glowing, like your skin, like all that kind of stuff. So that has a hand in there. The other thing I see is you may be looking into dental work. So straightening your teeth, body work, lymphatic massages. When we detox, a lot of the toxins and things actually get removed from the lymph nodes and from the lymph. And so with Mars and Mercury in your second house in Scorpio, it could be detoxing via body massages, lymphatic massages, okay? Maybe a sauna or things like that to make you sweat and to get your lymph moving, okay? So that's what I would do. I would definitely schedule that if you were thinking about it, or you just want to relax. Like, I think this would be a very productive type of relaxing, but it's like doing something, but you're also relaxing. I would schedule a session. If you were even thinking about it, go do it. So The last thing I say is just be careful about rushing into anything or someone trying to force you into something, especially when it comes to contracts or finances or partnerships, right? Because like I said, the 7th house has the full moon, and that's going to be October 7th. And it's answering to your 2nd house in Mars and Scorpio, right? And I want you to think about who would benefit more in whatever choice you're making. That's where your answer lies, if you should do it or not. If you're going to benefit more objectively, then maybe it's something you might want to consider. If the other person has more to benefit, look at it from that angle. You need to be looking at, basically read between the lines with Scorpio here in the 2nd house. There's something you're missing when it comes to the fine print that you need to read between the lines and do some research and deep dive a little bit more. So that's really all I would say. I talked about it with all the other signs, but Pluto is going direct this month, and Pluto's in Aquarius. So Pluto's going direct. And with Pluto going direct, try to see what I am at time, 13 minutes. Okay. With Pluto going direct, what that can indicate in Aquarius is this idea that our communities can make and break us. Okay. So for you, it's like you're cleaning up maybe the interpersonal relationships, your contracts, the contracts basically you have with people. It could be within a relationship, it could be business, it could be any of those things, but your contracts you have, right? Your business even. And it's like cleaning these things up, your connections, because we're doing it on a micro level, like in our lives, in every area of our life. But on a macro level, this is basically preparing us for our future, because our communities can make us or break us. So you need to start really focusing on who I'm surrounded by, who I do business with, who am I this, who am I that, because these are the types of things that are going to surround you and make up your world. Okay, make up who you're going to be in the future. So you need to start cleaning them up ASAP. Well, not ASAP, but you need to start progressively cleaning it up. So I just wanted to share that with you. That's what we're moving towards. I can probably talk about that in another video, but I just wanted to share that with you all. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope that helps. Please let me know in the comments how your month is going. Come back, share with me if you notice any of these things coming to pass. Or if you're worried about anything, leave questions. I'll be sure to answer. I'll be here. In astrology. So I am very nosy, so I'm gonna be listening in. Okay. All right. Bye guys. See you. Hey guys, it is for Scorpio. I'm super excited to read your horoscope. I got a lot here. A lot. So let's see. You guys have your chart ruler in your 1st house. So this is intense. I see a lot of energy and vitality coming for you. Mars in the 1st, right? This is also, you have Mercury also in Scorpio in your 1st house. So you can be a lot more communicative and maybe a little bit more forceful with your words, which is, it's not always a bad thing. I think you're getting your point across for sure. So I think people are going to listen to you a little bit more, and you're going to be a little bit more authoritative right now. Like I'm saying, you might like this, this might be great. I like it for you. The other things, the other thing I would say for you is I see you guys being little evil geniuses, making plans, creating action plans. That's awesome. Also, I see you being more sociable. I see lots and lots of ideas you have. I do see increased SEX appeal. Okay. So that's something that you'll have around now too. I really do see you guys are feeling yourself. Okay. I don't know that. I hope that's okay if I just said that. I really do. But yeah, you just you're really feeling yourself. You really like what you see in the mirror when you look. Okay. The other things I'll say is take indications from your physical body very seriously. So that's the positive side of the stuff I talked about. But then there's the negative side. So if you notice anything on your body, or if you notice anything that's kind of this is new, this isn't normal, oh, I'm flaring up. We have Mars, right? Mars is a very inflamed planet. If you notice flare-ups, maybe more acne than usual, maybe what other things? Maybe you're Gut health, I'll just throw that in there. Why not? Gut health, just like skin abnormalities too, but just headaches, things like that. If you start to notice things like that, take them seriously. It could also be you're dehydrated, so drink more water, just as a remedy, right? And you could be like a little bit more overheated. But I would just say that listen to them. Listen to them. They're indications of things taking place in your body, and you need to go investigate, right? Anything that has to do with Scorpio, deep dive into why is this taking place? Like I said, breakouts, sometimes flare-ups on the skin can be an aspect of that, especially in your first house. Hormonal changes, get to the bottom of it. Get that lab work, go to the doctor, get some lab work, talk to them about what you're experiencing, okay? Because there's revelations coming to you about your health, right? What do we have? Oh yeah, so you have this moon, full moon in your 6th house. So there's something possibly happening in your health house, okay? This could also be with your pets. I don't know why I keep forgetting, like the 6th house is pets. Like maybe because I don't have one, I'm like, I keep forgetting about little critters, but pets. You keep an eye on your pets. If you notice something that's happening, their behavior is different more than usual. I feel like things can just come out of the blue. So just keep an eye on them. These poor, oh my God, yeah, keep an eye on, they can't talk. Keep an eye on them. Take them to the vet. Don't just, oh, I'll take them tomorrow, it's okay. Like, no, take them immediately. Get them checked out. You just don't know. And these things can progress very quickly. Full moon in Aries, and just Aries in general transits through that house as well. It can actually like intensify very quickly and rapidly and just fast, okay? So get to the bottom of it. So it could be you. It could also be your pets. The moon does reflect back to the 1st house. That's the ruler, Mars in Scorpio in the 1st house, okay? And I mean, we know Scorpio rules over even the death card. So like, oh my gosh, not me fear-mongering again. I'm not trying to, but I'm just saying like, take this stuff seriously. This is really your health, okay? And you know, Scorpios, you guys are so tough. You guys are always like, nah, it's okay. Like what doesn't makes me stronger type of energy. Like, no, take this seriously. Go deal with it right now, okay? Other things I would say is go easy in the gym. Go easy in the gym. I kind of said this with my Geminis, but go easy in the gym. Don't overdo it. Do more consistent types of workouts. Don't be hitting like don't just say, hey, I'm going to start CrossFit this month. Don't do that. Please don't. That is going to possibly result in some injuries. So you might be more prone to injuries around now. So just take it slow. Do warm-ups. Do a good warm-up. Warm up your joints. Don't work out in extremely like hot and cold environments, like in extremes. That's a whole nother no because like Scorpio rules over extremes, okay? So you don't want to do that either. The other aspect I have is like be careful of negative self-talk. So, or downplaying yourself or your strengths. Don't do it. It's not going to make you feel better. It's not going to make you look better in front of others as well. I don't really see you doing that, but don't do that. Just because you do have Mercury and Mars in the 1st house, so you might be a little harder on yourself. But I don't think you'll do that. But if you are prone to that, it can be a thing. So you want to be very careful around this month. You know, if you need to do some shadow work in regards to like self-worth, this is the time to do it as well. Don't compare yourself to others. There's just like a lot of critical decisions about the self coming up. I would also say don't make any permanent decisions. Explore your options a little bit more. Some of you guys might be in a situation where you're considering like plastic surgery or considering really changing up and transforming your look and your appearance. Don't do it. Whenever you have Mercury in your 1st house, things get mercurial. Mercurial energy is not great. Even if it's in a fixed sign, I mean, this is a great decision. I mean, this is a great transit to decide on permanent changes and not decide, but to research them. but it's not the decision. I wouldn't do it if it's in the first house with Mercury, if that makes sense, because Mercury is mercurial. Okay, so I kind of don't care what sign it is in. Like, I'm just kind of like, in your first house, no. Like, I wouldn't do it. Okay, so I wouldn't make any permanent decisions, but I would definitely do your research if you are considering things like that, of really changing your appearance, plastic surgery, going under the knife. Like, these types of things is just perfect time for research and exploring your options. But don't go make the decision yet. We are also coming up on Mercury retrograde in November. So, like, you shouldn't even be, I don't know, like, I don't want you rushing to do these things even before Mercury retrograde. Like, I wouldn't, okay? Yeah, but I do see you possibly wanting to transform or change yourself or your identity. This would be also a good time to make semi-permanent decisions. That's fine. Or is something where you can go back. You can always go back and change something that you did. That's a good idea. All right. You're exploring possibly different aesthetics. That's great. I've kind of said this for everyone, but there's this idea of body work or detox strategies being a really good thing now. So you can consider it, but health is a big highlight for you guys. Health is going to be a big highlight. You're figuring something out. The other thing that I would say for my Scorpios is check your environment for environmental hazards. Okay, so anything toxic, you might want to consider air filters or having purifiers, or looking for mold or checking for that. You do have Pluto in the 4th house, and that is more modern day ruler for you guys, Pluto in Aquarius. So some weird, strange things could be happening with your air quality in just in weird, strange ways. So places that you wouldn't even expect. So just really consider that. Is there anything else I would say? I think you guys are going to be enjoying your alone time too. I know I said you were going to be more sociable. I think you're going to be more sociable in the sense that you're able to express yourself a little bit more. So that can be coming for you. But I do see you enjoying your alone time. I do see you enjoying your time with yourself. I see you possibly really investing in yourself, because you do have the new moon in Libra and Venus in the 12th house. So this is a really sweet spot as far as, just feeling at peace and harmony with yourself and balanced, and just kind of resetting all those stuff. I really want you to start self-care practices. So self-care, what time am I at? Okay, 9 minutes. Okay, not too bad. Self-care practices. So taking time on yourself, okay? Whether if it's as simple as wearing a face mask, sitting with some red light therapy or something like that, watching a show that you really enjoy, taking time to cook a meal that you love. But it's like doing a lot of nice things for yourself, by yourself, right? So I see that being an aspect this month, and I think you should really invest in those things. It's going to do a lot for your health as well. Getting good quality sleep, getting your beauty sleep, things like that. What's the other thing? This is really random, but like be wary of sneaky links. Be wary of sneaky links. I do see new moon in Libra in your 12th house, and that can also be like secret lovers. Don't do it. Like, it's never a good idea. Like, come on, guys, stop
it. Get some help.
So don't entertain things where maybe you're like the secret, or you're like, I feel like maybe a relationship could start, but it might start like in a closeted type of way, which for some people that might work out. But at the same time, I don't think that's where you should be expending your energy. I think you should be expending your energy on yourself, the self, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be in a relationship, okay? But just be mindful if you're spending all your energy possibly in a relationship. This is not no, not necessarily, okay? So that's all I have to say for you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how your month is going. Come back and share with me how your month went, if anything did come true, or if I gave you a heads up on something. If you guys have questions, leave them down in the comments. I want to hear from you and I want to know. I am an astrology. So yeah, I'm very nosy. So I want to hear from you all about that. All right. I will let you guys go and have a great day. Bye, Scorpios. Sagittarius is my Sag. I'm so happy to see y'all. All right. So what do we got for you? I have a lot of things coming. So I see the 5th, the 11th, the 12th, and your chart ruler is in the 8th house. Okay. So what I see for you is I see you coming full circle with a full circle from a passion project, right? I see passion finding you again. Okay. The 5th house is highlighted. I can't even remember what you guys have in 5th house. Hold up. I think it's Aries. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's Aries. Okay, cools. So yeah, I have some other things to say about that. This is going to be a very funny, a funny horoscope. Okay. So yeah, I see passion finding you again, or something you enjoy or doing what you love. Okay. It could also be a person doing what you love. Okay. But you do have a full moon in the 5th house. All right. I also see dating is helping you come back to yourself. That could also be an aspect. This isn't the positive because there's some negatives here, but dating is allowing you to come back to yourself and to like fully realize yourself as an individual. Learning about yourself through dating could be happening. Maybe enjoying yourself a lot more, things like that. The other part of it is don't tolerate any disrespect to your autonomy via dating, okay? Confidence could also be restored if you stand up for yourself. So if in a situation, maybe someone is disrespecting you, this could be your opportunity to stand up for yourself. I just feel like Sagittarius is never really at a loss for what to say when it comes to a clap back. So like, I really doubt like this was ever your problem. But if you were lacking confidence, I do see kind of weirdly enough, a surge in confidence from like a negative situation. Okay. So yeah, just don't fall for like anything. Don't fall for the okie doke basically. But I do see confidence being restored for you. Also a really random tidbit is I see you taking yourself out on more solo dates. Okay. So I do see like you taking yourself out to dinner, maybe taking yourself out to concerts. So doing things alone, and that's being totally fine and enjoyable. And it's like you coming back to yourself. I would definitely give or treat yourself, but like don't find ways to find ways not to break the bank. Cause like I do see you like spending a lot of money. Like that's another thing. Just be very careful about that. Now onto the negative things in regards to the whole dating aspect. I feel like you're ignoring red flags. Like, are you ignoring red flags? Are you looking back on your relationships? You're like, dang, how many red flags did I ignore? Like, is this how I got myself in this situation? I see you possibly, hold up, I'm just really thirsty. I should have tea, right? I see you possibly like regretting all the red flags that you ignored in the past, okay? Because the full moon does bring up this idea of regrets or the past. And I want you now to kind of take the lessons you've learned from before and apply them now. So don't ignore the red flags. See them for what they are and dodge the bullets. Dodge all the bullets you can, okay? And there's a song. What's the song that was really funny? Oh, freak. I can't say it, but it's like FC for now. I think it was FYFN. Go look it up. FYFN. Like, yeah, that song basically. There's this song. I love it. That's the song that reminds me of what's going on with you guys. And then also I just see lots of like red flags. Why does love always feel like a battlefield? So yeah, you guys have probably like lots of crazy stories when it comes to like the dating. If you have been in the whole dating thing. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you're noticing for yourself. Anyways, onwards, I do see new social circles because the new moon is going to be in your 11th house. So that is a little bit like more platonic. Or you could, you know what's interesting? Maybe you were finding a lot of red flags just like in the social, like in the dating scene. And maybe in like less connected spaces, or in spaces where people were not very serious, right? Like the club or whatever. And then you get into the 11th house with the new moon there, and maybe your friends hook you up with someone who's like worthy of being with you, or you maybe go to a group outing or a club or something like that, and you meet someone who's interested in the same things you're interested in, and so it's a more aligned union. So I do see you having new social circles, and that opening you up to like new love or new connections, and just enjoying yourself more. Like I see you attracting a better social crowd, okay, or a social scene for yourself. Immerse yourself in what you love, and you'll align with people who align with you and those things that you enjoy. So I also see new support systems coming your way if you do what I said. And consider, and then also the other aspect, this is something unrelated, but the 11th house has to also do with your future. So when you have Venus there and the new moon, it can speak to investing in your future. So some of you guys might even be in a situation where you're like, especially if like you're married, you're not thinking about a new relationship or whatever, or you're in a relationship, but like Roth IRAs, 401ks, education funds, or any types of funds where you squirrel away money. So I see you learning about them or contributing to them. So this is a time to educate yourself on them and to possibly put money in them. Like really consider contributing to them, okay? Or for your children also. Like this could be you doing that for your children. You might even, something to do with your grandparents might be an aspect. If you have your grandparents in your life, they might want to gift you things. They might want to, like some elders in your family might want to contribute to you. Or there might be a fund, like maybe you get a payout from a fund, or you get money from something like that. So it's kind of like accumulated wealth coming your way. So that can be accumulated wealth from your predecessors who wanted to put money away for your future. So that can also be an aspect too, okay? Yeah, consider any benefits you can take advantage of from your job or your career. A lot of people's jobs and careers have like benefits where they can better themselves in their future with those benefits. And, you know, if you take and maybe they're like tax-free, they're tax advantaged, types of things like that. So look into it. This is a good time that you're going to find the information you need in order to take part in it. The other thing is great energy for manifesting long-term goals. So some of you might have some goals that you can journal, or you can make a vision board. This is good time for that during the new moon. You can be doing things for that, okay? If there are any seminars or gatherings for your interests, go to them, sign up for them. Hang out with people who are interested in the same things you're interested in. Start joining group activities for things that interest you. You'll find your people, or even people who can assist you in the future plans you have. Join up with others who share similar goals, and that will put you in the right mindset to like manifest those things for yourself, so you can easily take action. And this is also, I already spoke about this, but this is a great time to spend with like elderly family members and to like listen to them, because they can impart a lot of wisdom onto you, okay? Even Venus, like Venus is just anything of worth. So there might be some words of wisdom or some, or something of value that they may say to you that is beneficial for you, okay? This is also a good time to start social media endeavors. The 11th house is also social media, so they can do very well. If you have any like social campaigns or social, maybe sponsorships you want to go after, look into maybe monetizing any any of that, monetizing online, or figuring out like maybe multiple streams of income. That's also the 11th house. And the other thing I would say, we also have in your 12th house, Scorpio. We got Scorpio Mars and we got a Scorpio Mercury in your 12th house. And I would say if you have any new symptoms that pop up, don't hesitate to seek medical attention about them. Be mindful of who you share your dreams with, guys. Be mindful of who you share your hopes and dreams with, because like I said, people is given monitoring spirits in the 12th house with Scorpio there with Mercury and Mars. So be careful about who you share that stuff with, because they just might not like want the best for you. So I wouldn't just share with anyone. I would just kind of keep it close to your chest. Only share it with people who are on the same path as you, or people who are interested in the same things. Like I said, the 11th house, like communities that want you to get to your goals because they're headed towards the same things. And I just see some negative Nancy's that you don't suspect, okay? And you might be revealed, that might be revealed to you from other people, okay? Just be very mindful of anyone trying too hard to be all up in your business, because that can be an aspect. All right, that's all I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know how your month is going. Come back and tell me if anything that I mentioned came true or helped you along the way. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. I'm more than happy to answer them in the comments. As you all know, I'm super nosy and I am an astrology. So I'm going to want to hear about your month ahead and see what... I would just spill the tea to me. I want to hear it about it. So bye. Capricorns. Hey, Caps. Okay. So, guys are so typical. Career. That's what I wrote. That's it. That's all. It's your horoscope. Career. Alrighty. So I see you guys being the darling of your employer's eyes, okay? I do see you guys having a really good go at your job. Like something's going really well. You have Venus and the new moon in your 10th house. So this is good. This is really good. So this is a great time for career opportunities and like pushing yourself to success. It's a good time for cataloging like your achievements and like letting everyone and anyone who cares know about them. I do see like promotions. I see like a new job. I see a job offer. I see even a career switch. I see job interviews. I see you applying for new jobs and getting them. I see you networking, okay, with the Libra there. I see good mid-year reviews. I see you gaining a benefit at work or earning some time off even. So your partner could also be receiving good career news. So maybe, given it's Libra, I don't know why I didn't say it for the other signs, but like in a relationship, maybe your partner's doing really well in these aspects of their life. That could be happening. Your career may require you also to like move or sell property, home, or real estate, or like end a lease. You might be in a situation where you have to leave or you have to move homes, right? Because the full moon is in your 4th house. So it's like releasing home or releasing residency or releasing your residence. So that can be happening too. I also see like if that's the case for any of you, make sure you inquire about relocation funding and like get your money's worth. Like if maybe the job will pay for it, you'd be surprised. Just make sure you ask for it, okay? Some other random things I see is consider surveillance cameras at home. I say that because like you do have the full moon in Aries in the 4th house. So I don't know what could be happening, but I sense some friction at home or with neighbors or just like in your territory. Like I just sense some, like you might want to just be vigilant, okay? Also be mindful of your neighbors too. That's why I said like get a security system or get like a camera or a ring or do something, okay? Also, there might be like redevelopment in your area. That could also just be what that means, and you never know. Old grievances can be rising to the surface around this time. So this could be your family, this could be yourself, this could be at home, this can be people like near your property as well. Like given that you have the full moon in Aries in the fourth house is also your family. So maybe something happening in your family. Maybe there's like a blow up that happens in your family. Maybe there's some like quick urgent news that comes up. This could be something that has been on the back burner for some time and it flares up around now. So something might be going on with your family, or there might be some type of call of action that might take place around this time with the full moon in your fourth house. Okay, so just, I don't know, like maybe check in with your family, just see how everyone's doing. You might be hearing from people very soon. The other thing I would say is that people close to you might be a little bit more touchy around now. And when I say touchy, I mean like starting fights. So like if there is a sensitive topic, just tread very lightly, because you might say something and you trip a live wire and things just start like boom, 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 boom. So just be mindful of how you approach issues, how you approach problems, because like I said, people are going to be a little bit more sensitive around now, okay, and irritated. I mean, if you want the smoke, go ahead. Like, I know Capricorns aren't really that messy, but you're not scared. You're not scared to tussle. You're not scared to throw down. So, but if you want it, fine. But I would avoid it if it were me. Other things I'll say is like moving your assets might be beneficial. So like if you were thinking about like maybe changing institutions with like your bank, or changing institutions with like, or refinancing, even like home refinancing or something, you might want to do that. Also, I see you reinvesting or restructuring your money. So that can be happening. And you might be motivated to like research or review where your money is stored, speculative money, future money. Like that's also talking about Roth IRAs. That's talking about 401ks. You might want to be investing in one thing. So you're looking about, I'm going to invest in this one stock. I'm going to put money into that, right? Or I'm going to set aside this amount of funds because I'm really interested in this stock, or I'm really interested in what the possibilities are with this. You know, that could be very blessed for you around this time. So if you were thinking about it, I would continue to do that. If you want to do this, I do see this being a very productive month for social media content. So if you were thinking about going onto social media or monetizing something in regards online, you'll do very well. So you should do it. And the last thing a few other things I'll say is like be mindful of your social circle, and how the goals align with yours and if it's beneficial for you. Because friends, there's two things. Friends may be very motivating to you and motivating to make changes in your life for the better. But at the same time, there can be some envy. There's envious people around you, possibly around this time. So be mindful about who you share with. I would say that there's going to be people who are on the same path, or people who have similar goals to you. They can be safe to, talk to, but there might be people who are like so out of left field. Like they may be good friends of yours, but they maybe don't have as many ambitions as you do. I would not be sharing like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Don't share that with those people, because I can guarantee you, like, you might not know this, but there is possibly some envious onlookers around you. They might be envious of your ambition, of your drive, of your willpower, of your energy around this time, because you do have, let me pull up a chart for you guys. I've just been going off of in my head, but you guys have Mercury and Mars in your 11th house. So there's something about, it could even be like maybe you are considering moving away from home or family or friends, and moving away from support systems, and maybe they aren't very supportive of you. Like the support systems you used to have are no longer support systems. Maybe the people that you thought you had in your corner are not the people that are in your corner. So something to do with releasing people can be an aspect, releasing your support systems, and having to move on. And it could be that this is happening in the reverse, that your support systems are no longer supportive, hence why you want to move, why you want to relocate. You feel like there's nothing left for you there. There's nothing left for you at home. There might be even a situation where your family is not as supportive as you thought. And you have to be the one to leave. Like you might be having some fights even in your family. There might be some confrontation that comes up in your hometown, or like with people that you know you should love and cherish, and they're not supportive of you at all. And so you're like, you know what, like I have nothing left for me here. I have to go, or I have to leave. So that could also be an aspect. You do also have Chiron in the 4th house. So this can be a long-seated thing, a long time coming, and you just kind of finally had it. And so that's why I said, like, if there are opportunities for you, especially for your career, and so do not let your past hold you, not even your past, but don't let the crab in a barrel syndrome take place for you from making new changes. The new moon at some point is also going to be square Jupiter in Cancer. So there's this idea that maybe one ideal from your family is like, this is the big picture we had for you, and it doesn't align with your big picture. And it's kind of like, I don't see my life going that way. And you wanting to, like, you feel like you should compromise with these people. Like, you should not be compromising you shouldn't be compromising your life to fit into the framework of someone else's picture for you. See what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. That was just a random tidbit for you that I wanted to share with you. Like, I feel like a lot of people are having maybe some family issues or like family problems right now. You got to live your life. It's your life. So live it. Okay. That's really all I have to share with you. And I've said this with all the signs. A lot of us are cleaning up our social networks. A lot of us are cleaning up our networks in general with Pluto going direct in Aquarius. So we're doing it on micro level. It's going to become macro at some point as we progressively get more into the transit with Pluto. And Pluto is the modern day ruler of Scorpio. So I mentioned that as well. Continue connecting with people that inspire you, and you will be much better off in the future. Okay, so that's all I have for you, Capricorns. Enjoy your month ahead. Let me know how it goes. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments. I'm here, and you all know I'm an astrology, so I'm super nosy, so I want to hear. All right, bye. See you. I'm looking here. Hey, Aquarius, how are you? So what do we have for you here? We have Scorpio in your 10th house. Okay, so we have Scorpio in your 10th house at the beginning of October, and I want you to document your wins, your contributions. I want you to claim them. I want you to promote yourself and use whatever you document to strategize and elevate yourself. Okay, there's something about documenting, like, your moves, your results. Like, keep a catalog of them so you can whip them out when you need them. Okay. Also, I see you maybe you have some plans for your future. Maybe you have some plans for your career. I see you like writing action plans too. So, or business strategies or business plans, right? With Mercury and Mars in the 10th house. So you can be doing that. I just see you I really want you, if you do work at like a more traditional job though, make sure you just document everything at work. Document anything and everything, every conversation you have at work. There is this idea that, like, I hate to say it for Scorpio, but it can be of a darker energy. People can twist your words, especially like in your job. So just make sure you, like, after you have a conversation with someone, you follow it up with like, oh, I'm so happy we talked about blank and blank. Like, just follow up. And have that conversation so you establish baseline what was discussed and you have like a paper trail. So I want you guys to have paper trails right now, around now, okay? Also document anything at work that you deem unfair, especially offenses from higher ups, okay? Like, I do see you having a good time. Usually, like, I do see like higher ups being pretty okay with you. But at the same time, given that Scorpio, Mercury, and Mars is in the 10th house, I don't want there might be some idea of like a power play going on as well from certain people that are a little above you. Just super important you don't fall into a victim mentality. I know you guys are Aquarius. Like, I really doubt that you will, but just be careful you don't. And like, don't be, woe is me, woe is this. Like, fight back. Fight back. Stand up for yourself, okay? I do see justice on its way, so you just have to have faith. Like, I see you having faith in justice again, because the new moon and Venus will be in your 9th house, okay? I do see new mentors or guides coming into your life. I do see other, like, that's why I said, like, you might have some problematic higher ups, but there's also like other people who will be in your corner who might be higher than them. I do see people taking your side or coming to your defense or your aid in that respect, okay? Also, things that are emphasized is education. So your education is emphasized. I do see you like taking a course or certification or doing new training or considering higher education. Okay, the 9th house is higher education. It could also be travel. It can be travel, but we'll get to that in a minute. But I do see this being a really good time to apply for student grants, scholarships. It's also a good time to like apply for visas, book travel, plan trips. You might get some deals or some sales on that or deep discounts. There might be time to apply for stays, permanent residencies abroad. And if you are a student, like maybe there's potential for like a study abroad program to take place for you. I know, like, with everything going on with travel, it's kind of hard right now, but like, I still feel like you'll have good luck with that. So don't count yourself out. Don't count it out. I would really still do it. Oh, random, but ask for like first class upgrades. If you can, you might get it. But I do see also, oh, this is random, but also consider a career change. You might want to like a career pivot. Scorpio, Mercury, Mars does have to do with transformation. So you might be doing a complete 180 in your career. Like, don't be scared. This is such a great month for you guys. Like, I feel like you can do a lot. Like, a lot is changing for you. Like, a lot of transformation coming for you in how you make your money, how you, what your career is allowing you to do. So I feel like you can really transform all of that. And I feel like you're going to be very blessed in finding the resources and the capabilities to do so. So make sure that, like, keep going. I know it might be tough right now, but keep going. I do see it like being really beneficial for you. Anyways, so onwards, because we do have the new moon and Venus in the 9th. If you are going abroad, I do see new love or attracting suitors abroad. You might be like the more, like you might be more exotic to the people that you're around, or like wherever you are, since you might be the foreigner, you might be the person who is out of your element. So people might be more curious about you. So you might be attracting that type of energy, or people being interested in like your background or whatever. Or you might be interested in someone who is different from you as well. So you might find maybe new love with someone who is from a different background than you, culture, ethnicity, that sort of thing. Religion could also be that. You could be like learning new things about maybe new religions. You might be eating more different foods. Your appetite might be more varied, more adventurous around now. You're like eating out of different places, different restaurants, new cuisines, that sort of thing, trying new things. You guys have the full moon in your 3rd house. You got to be careful driving. Be careful because you could get speeding tickets. You could be breaking the law. So you don't want to do any of that. No speeding. Don't break any traffic laws. You have the full moon in the 3rd house, and it answers to the 10th house. And the 10th house has to deal with authority figures. So you do not want to upset anyone in those realms, because it can lead to not just a traffic ticket. It could lead to worse. It could lead to fines, traffic tickets, jail. Like, you know what I mean? So just don't get involved in that, and just make sure you abide by the speed limit. You abide by the traffic laws. Take care of your car too. If you need to take it in for a tune-up, do it. Make sure if you notice like smoke, obviously do something about it. If your car is overheated, engine lights, watch for those things, okay? Take extra precautions. Make sure you take a battery pack with you when you go driving. Make sure you take, like, there's this really cool thing. It's called like the Halo. Not me shouting out products, but like it can pump your gas, not your gas. It can pump your tires. So like if something were to happen, you can always like blow, air your tires wherever you are. So it's like a really cool device. But yeah, there's this idea of like being careful when you're driving, guys. Yeah, so no speeding, no breaking any of those laws. Have your car checked for overheating, exhaust issues, your battery, your oil. Make sure your gas is up. The other thing I would say is like you may receive correspondence or a verdict in legal matters that go in your favor. We do have Venus in the 9th house, so you might have good luck in that area of your life. I just thought of like people who like file for like settlements and stuff, class action lawsuits, stuff like that. So who knows, you might get a little payout from something related to that. I think a lot of people for the Libra season, all of October, might be dealing with that too. Random tidbit. What did I write here? Something you were putting off that you don't think will work out due to how random it is will do very well for you. And you're delaying or not doing it, it's going to keep you from a money boom. It's self-doubt and a sense of powerlessness or self-limiting beliefs keeping you from doing it. So it was a really complex transit thing going on, like Pluto, sextile Saturn, retrograde, Pisces, trine, Uranus, Gemini, like something was going on. So I just figured I'd tell you that. So if that resonates, let me know. But I just don't want you underestimating your appeal and your ability to have an impact. Okay, I mean, you're Aquarius rising, of course you have an impact, so there's something to do with that. Okay, and the last thing I'll say is really random, but like no one's going to save you but yourself. So do it for yourself, do it for you. That's really it. And oh yeah, you guys have Pluto in your first house. How could I forget? You guys, Pluto in the first house. I've been telling this to everyone, but there's this idea that like you are the hub of the community. You are this, I don't even want to say star, but you are what makes that group so great. Like you're the one who connects people. I've been telling everyone that Pluto in Aquarius going direct right now is going to be asking us to clean up our communities, clean up our connections. That way, in the future, we're a lot better off because our communities can make or break us. So you are at the hub of that. There's something to do with you guys. So I hope you understand your power and your ability to create communities, impactful communities. So if that is something on your mind, you got to go full throttle and do it. Okay. So I hope that resonates. Let me know. I am an astrology. So I'm very nosy and I want to know how it's going for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will be here. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Pisces. Oh my gosh, my voice. It's like I'm losing it. All right. Hey, Pisces. I'm so excited to do your horoscope. So my Pisces, last but not least, you guys have a very financially focused month. Okay. I do see you guys really having to release bad habits relating to finances. It's like I'm talking to myself because this is one of my horoscopes. Okay. So you guys, this is a very financially focused month. Let me just see what's going on in your chart. Let me pull you up. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Aha. Aha. Aha.
Aha! Aha!
So Pisces, you guys have you have the full moon in your second house, guys. And okay, so that's why. So yeah, you're releasing bad habits. You're releasing bad habits relating to your finances. You need to keep any receipts you have from purchases, because I see you impulse buying around now. I see that you have been impulse buying all of this month or of the previous month. You're gonna probably start returning a bunch of stuff and getting your money back. I did that.
We traced the call. It's coming from inside the house. You hear me? It's coming from inside the house.
But keep your receipts. Keep your receipts for any purchases, especially big ones. Return things you don't need. Like if you don't need them, return them. Stop it. Get rid of them. Stop impulse buying. A lot of these are just stop.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like stop. Like literally, that's what I wrote for my horoscopes. I see you working and touching on the underlying reason for your financial habits. Like, why are you like this? Why are you doing this? Why are you bleeding money? Like, stop bleeding money. That's like literally the next line. Stop bleeding money. I think you need we need a financial audit. You need a financial audit, okay? You need a financial audit. And I want you to have the courage to assess what you can and cannot afford, okay? Because you can always budget. Like, if it's important enough to you, you can budget for it. But if it's really not necessary, like, you should not be buying it, okay? You need to take it out of the budget. You need to take it out of, maybe you didn't have it budgeted for, and that's why like your money is bleeding and draining, okay? But yeah, I see this as being a good time for you to reassess your debt, a good time for loan forgiveness, a good time to settle debt, to deal with it, or a plan and a strategy to deal with it. Money may come in also to like help you settle or get rid of debt, okay? Given you have the new moon in Libra and Venus in the 8th house. So money may be coming in to help you alleviate some debt, okay? This is also a good time to like request rate changes. So it's like the 8th house has to deal with other people's money, and that could be the bank's money, loans, institutions, institutional money from like government assistance, money that's not necessarily yours. It could also be money from a partner, okay? So it can be money from outside sources that are not necessarily your own, okay? But you're linked to them. So it's like the use of other people's resources and how you use them, okay? So I just see this being, and also credit cards, like basically credit unions, things like that. So this is a good time to ask for rate or request rate changes. You could probably request a credit line increase. Again, this is the US, so I don't know how prevalent like credit card use. I feel like everyone else in the world is more responsible with money than Americans. Like we have like credit scores and credit, and it's like you guys can actually like pay for things with straight up money, whereas like us, they're like, I have a credit card and it's not even our money. But my point is, if you are like, in the US or whatever, or if you are using credit cards, and this is a thing you can do, request a credit line increase, request a rate change, refinance. Maybe you get rid of that credit card and you get a new one. Maybe you upgrade to a better credit card with better rewards, okay? So that's also something that can be happening. I also see you seeking out help from a financial advisor or a mentor if needed. So look into mentorship as well, or someone helping you have a better relationship with money. Libra, having to do with relationships, new moon, Venus in the 8th house. Okay, so that can also be an aspect. I do see you reinvesting or like buying stocks when they're dipping. So anything that like goes down, like you can put your money into that. Okay. Good time to cut off money drains. We talked about that. That also includes people. So if you notice that people or a relationship or anything like that is draining your money, this is a good time to cut them off.
Cut it.
Like, I'm cutting you off because every time we go out, I pay for everything. I'm cutting you off because every time we go out, you never have the necessary funds or you never have the necessary equipment to do what we want to do. Like, you need to cut people off. Like, that is so rude and disrespectful. Like, you need to be selfish. You need to be selfish when it comes to your money right now.
J.G. Wentworth is right. It's my money and I need it now.
The other thing I would say is, like, this is a great time to take someone's offer to help with your finances. Not me talking about you being selfish. And then I'm like, someone helping you, yeah, take up their offer. But like, for real, like, you do have Venus in the 8th house. So this is someone else's money and someone wants to share that with you. So please take someone else's offer up if they want to be generous with you. Like, receive finances from others in they might want to help you. I also see like your partner may be better off financially around this time, and they want to assist you. They want to benefit you. Like, so like, let them be a benefactor. Okay. This is like, it's definitely giving me sugar baby vibes. I love that for you. I really do. Just don't blow it. Just don't blow whatever funds or money you receive. Like, you need to be investing that money wisely, because I see you like blowing through that money. So just be careful. You could also be receiving financial assistance or a settlement during this time. Just use it wisely if you do. Go through the appropriate legal channels for that. This is a good time to discuss and assess your role in joint assets with a partner and how they're allocated, okay? So I feel like you can be in cordial talks with your partner, business partner, or anyone that you are sharing money with, okay? Yeah, I already said that. Amicable talks with your partner concerning joint finances or how to budget certain things or bring up debt with your partner. You might have debt and your partner doesn't know, and now you got to bring it up to your partner. You might be scared about it, but then you bring it up to your partner. Your partner's like, that's it, I got it. You know what I'm saying? So like, bring it up, talk about it. You'd be very surprised. Okay. Now this is the fun stuff. I do see a lot of like fun times with your partner. Okay. So, you know, that actually I don't even know what that was, but you know, I just see a lot of fun times with your partner. Okay. Receiving gifts as well. I see lingerie. Like, I see lingerie too. It's in my head. Receiving gifts from your partners might be a thing around this time. This is also a good time for couples therapy or working through things with your significant other. Love interest may be more generous around now. Like I said, this is giving me sugar baby vibes. And of course, it's my Pisces who are in this energy. Oh, you lucky fishes. You guys are so lucky. But anyways, yeah, you need to be wearing protection around this time because you're going to be more fertile or more virile. Okay. Jupiter is in the 5th house. Venus is in the 8th house. So this is not a joke. This is not a drill. Like, you need to wrap it up. Or if you're looking for that, then, you know, go ham. This is the perfect transit for you. Okay. The other thing I would say is the full moon is in Aries. It could be a savings goal. Maybe you were trying to save up for something and you finally reached it, especially like for travel and things of that sort. So this is a really good time. If you're motivated to travel during this time, just be mindful of your interactions with others. You need to be watching your drinks, your food. Don't flaunt your valuables. Okay, just don't do that. You have Scorpio in your 9th house. So there might be some bad actors when it comes to travel and going abroad. So you might not think anything of something, but people could be in cahoots with each other and are trying to pull the wool over your eyes. So just be careful. Don't post till you're home. So you don't want to invite any negativity or leave your home vulnerable to people, you know, oh, they're gone, let's go hit that place up. You know what I'm saying? If you have plans on traveling, keep them hush hush for now, till they're concrete and you've arrived safely. And if you're planning for higher learning, again, keep your plans to yourself for now, so not to be discouraged, okay? Yeah, so I see you maybe taking a course, certification, new training, or consider hiring education, and that's to transform your future outlook. So that's really good. This is a great time to apply for student grants, scholarships, even loans at a really low rate, just because Scorpio is in the 9th house. And it's a good time to consider a career change and make steps towards it, especially if it requires like an education reset or a course or training that's going to get you there. You'll have a lot of luck if you were to do it, because that's showing a lot of transformation in that area of your life. All right, so that's all I have for you, Pisces. I've been already telling everyone this, but Pluto is going direct. So this is an idea of cleaning up your networks and your communities. And I think for you, it was really more financial. Yeah, honestly, I think you're good. Like, you didn't really need me to tell you this, but everyone kind of had a little bit of this sprinkled in. But yeah, I think for you, you just need to like really assess your spending patterns. It's a very financially focused month for you. I really have nothing else to say about Pluto other than that. But yeah. Oh, now I know. Surrounding yourself by people who are on your same level, especially like education wise, travel wise. You don't want to be around people narrow-minded, things like that. That might be something you're noticing. People are more narrow-minded around you, and you're like, I gotta really get around new sets of people. So that could be what the Pluto and Aquarius in your 9th house is doing for you. And I think you just need to clean up the connections you have, because they might be not as worldly as you are. So that could be that aspect, because your communities can make or break you. So you need to be around people who are like-minded in the sense that they're more open-minded and more willing to, see the world and things like that. Okay. That's all I have for you guys. Let me know, Pisces, in the comments how your month is going. Come back, share with me. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them. What else would I say? Yeah, I'm just very nosy. I'm in astrology. So I'm going to want to hear about it. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.